Conditions apply.
This is Asa Banton, your Tropical Water Ambassador, with your hurricane tip for today. Strengthen your home, trim trees, ensure drains are cleaned, and ensure you have sufficient plywood, aluminum panels to board up your windows and doors. Ensure that outdoor items can be secured. Be prepared, and remember to stock up on Tropical Water.
All right, Dominica. As I said, a well-deserved. I want to say congratulations, first of all, to the Dominica team versus Jamaica. Great effort, guys, playing against a World Cup team, huh? That's already made it to the World Cup. I think if there were about 10 minutes remaining, something may have happened, huh? Great support there by the Dominican fans to this Dominica team. A few hitches that I will talk about sometime later. But we'll, of course, I'm going to play right now the coach and the captain at this time and what they expressed at the end of the game yesterday. We had a short news conference, and here's the coach and the captain to follow.
Everybody ready? Okay, with us, we've got the head coach of the senior men's national football team, Mr. Ellington Sabin. And of course, at Dominica, we went down 3-2 this afternoon in this World Cup qualifying match against Jamaica. But overall, coach, your thoughts on the game?
Well, it was a spirited performance from the guys. I mean, it took late in the game for us to mount a good attack, I should say. Although in the beginning of the game, we made some minor errors that caused the Jamaicans to get a few goals. But in the end, overall, we had a good fight and we almost drew and probably even could have won the game. And that's it. That's the game for it.
All right, members of the media, at this point in time, the floor is now open for questions. Just state your name and ask the coach your questions.
Yeah, this is Matthew, DBS Radio. Coach Ellington Sabian, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
The plan for Jamaica today was certainly what? What was the plan for Jamaica?
Well, the plan today was to remain in the game and remain competitive as much as possible, and we tried that. We conceded the first goal in the 20-something minutes. So overall, we didn't give up an early goal. Like I said, the two errors kind of forced on a bit. We had to change the tactics a little bit. And late in the game, we brought on some youthful talent to take the game to them because we realized the backline was a bit fatigued.
And what do you think was the difference between you and Jamaica today?
Energy from the crowd, energy from the players, and it just augurs well and shows that when the players' minds are in the correct place and when they are properly rested, they can perform.
And in terms of the players that you brought in at the last few minutes of the game, that made a difference as far as you're concerned?
Yeah, it made a lot of difference. I mean, we got 2 goals. We got one scored a goal, the other one gave an assist. So yeah, it worked well. That was part of the game plan, especially number 9 coming in the 60th minute to bring the energy and bring the fight to Jamaica, because looking at the videos, we realized at that point they get fatigued.
If you were to mention a few of your top players this afternoon, who would that be?
Everybody played their part, even the players on the bench. Everybody performed.
With the strategy that you use in terms of bringing the players, could you have done that
I could have done it earlier, yes. Could have been done earlier. Like, I cannot say no. But at the same time, the players on the field and they still had energy. So we just giving them a chance to at least try and get a goal. But when we realized, the time was coming. Like I said, we were looking forward to the 60th minute to at least give the subs and them at least 50 minutes to run at the Jamaican. It could have been done earlier. Like, so.
And you will not disappointed you got them in?
No, I didn't disappoint.
What is next for Dominica?
Because we have Nations League in September. We have 2 games in September, 2 in October, 2 in November, and then we will qualify as next year.
Yeah, last week, you made some crucial subs. You sub 2 senior of your players. Tell us about it.
Well, yeah, we sub 2 senior players, but like I said, we brought on youthful players to bring energy because we know the youthful players have energy and talent, so we brought them on to just bring that extra talent and energy on the field to take the game to the Jamaicans.
And you think that worked for you?
Yes, it worked. We could have, like I said, we could have drawn the game, we could have won the game, but the scoreline was closer than our previous game. So we moved from a 6-0 loss to a 3-2 loss, and that's against a World Cup caliber team. So that is a marked improvement in the performance.
Right. So you mentioned that we have other games coming up November, October, but defensive errors continue to plague the Dominica team. What is going to be your strategy, moving forward in terms of defense?
Well, as always, we work on our defensive errors. If we see talent out there that we can use to help with the defensive abilities of the team, we will, of course, use those talents. But for now, we work with what we have, and we try our best to improve the talent.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate today's performance compared to the 6-0 defeat that we got in the week?
The guy does so close of a loss, I'd probably reach it 8 or 9.
All right, thank you very much, members of the media, for your questions. Coach, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now let's listen to the interview with the captain of the Dominica team.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, we have with us the captain of the senior men's national football team, Mr. Glenson Prince. Mr. Prince, of course, we went down 3-2 to Jamaica. Before I open up the floor for questions from the media, I just want to get your thoughts on the game, then we'll take questions from the media.
First of all, I just want to say thank you to the crowd. The crowd was tremendous. I believe that they played a huge part in us coming back from three goals down. Of course, I'm a bit disappointed, especially the goals that we conceded and the way that we conceded the goals. I felt like they were soft goals. I felt like we were much better than that. So going down 2-0 in first half and then 3-0 in that heat, it was difficult, but we got one back. The crowd got into it, gave us that extra impetus that we needed. We got a second one, and then after that, for the last 5 to 10 minutes, it was absolutely crazy. It was reminiscent of Guatemala a few days ago, and I actually love that. So I want to commend the crowd for the tremendous support.
All right, guys, let's open the questions right now.
A lot of complaints as it relates to the subs by your captain. What are your thoughts?
My coach.
Your coach.
My coach.
Yeah.
I mean, he sees the game. I'm here on the side. At the end of the day, he and himself and his coaching staff, are the ultimate. The ones that are ultimately in charge of making substitutions. Me personally, I felt like the subs that he made, they affected the game because we were down 3-0 and then we were able to get 2 goals. Javi came on, he had an instant impact. Savio came on, he was also impactful. So I don't think the subs had anything to do with us losing. I felt like they actually they helped us to get back into the game. Maybe you could probably question the timing of the subs.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it is what it is. The guys came on because sometimes players come on and they don't make that impact. You make subs early and they don't make that impact that you actually want. But I felt they were good subs, and kudos to the guys as well because they came on and they brought that fight. And we brought that fight to Jamaica. And we could see in the second half, at one point when they were up 3-0, they were pressuring us like crazy. Like they were doubling and tripling down because they wanted to get that ball and they wanted to get more goals. Because of course, their objective is to not just win the game, but to win the game by enough goals because they're going head to head against Guatemala.
But after we got that first goal, and then the crowd got into it, it was completely different. You could see that the game plan changed. They were trying to slow the game down, right, wasting time a little bit, and then we were able to get another one. All of a sudden, they started panicking a little bit. You could see the senior players on their team trying to calm everybody down. But for us to have Jamaica on the ropes like this, I mean, I know they have a few injuries, but this is still Jamaica, right? They still have a lot of quality in their team, and for us to be able to put them on that kind of pressure, I felt that our guys did an amazing job today.
Glenson, yeah, Glenson, you personally, you have been around for the Dominica team for several years now. I've heard some suggestions that you may be calling it quits at some time. How true is that?
Well, people always talk. I mean, unless we hear from it personally, then I mean that wouldn't be the case. I am actually in my 19th year playing for the senior team, so I have been around for a long time. But I'm only 36. Like just because I've been around for a long time, it probably feels like I'm like 45 to 50. But I'm only 36. I feel like I still have a lot to give to Dominica football, and that's what I want to do. I want to keep myself in the best possible shape. And when we have tournaments, I can actually make myself available. At the end of the day, I understand that playing for a national team, me being the captain, I am a public figure and I am not immune to criticism. Things will happen. People will say things. Maybe, I mean, you have younger players like you have Jerome, you have Dante coming up, and they're capable goalkeepers. And I respect that. My time will come. That is just how it is. It's a cycle eventually. My job right now is to try and teach them as much as possible so that when they when they get the opportunity to play, they can come out there and be able to do a job. Because at the end of it, this is Dominica football. This is not my thing, and we are here to build Dominica football.
So you will be available based on what you said for the qualifiers next year.
Absolutely, God's willing. As long as I am fit and healthy, I will avail myself for Dominica. Yes.
My question to you, Benson, is a very, very important question. There was a very urgent meeting held with the Dominica Football Association before the match. That's yesterday. Did that pep up the players and so on for the performance today?
I believe so. The meeting that we had yesterday, it was a fruitful one. We had a lot of concerns. Of course, we had a lot of mishaps last week. Travel when we were traveling to Guatemala, and so that affected the team not only physically but mentally. It took a toll on the players. And so having to travel for X amount of days going to play, and then still having to travel for multiple days before we got Jamaica actually got back here before us. And so we had concerns, and so we met with the board. We shared our concerns. They took notes, and they promised us that things will be better. They apologized to us. They said that they blundered, etc., and things will be better. So I felt that meeting, although some may feel like it wasn't the opportune time to actually have such a meeting because we were playing the following day. But we felt like it was the best time because that's where all the players were available. And so we hashed that out. And I believe that after that meeting happened, there was a weight lifted off our shoulders because there was so much that we had to say. And we felt like, okay, who are we going to talk to? We are talking amongst ourselves, but we want to address these concerns directly to those who have the power to make that change. And they promised us that there will be changes. So of course we are holding the FA executive accountable for that. I trust that they are people of their word, and we will see changes. So yes, that was a very fruitful meeting for us yesterday. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for this questions to the captain. Glenson, thank you very much.
Thank you, Gab.
And our final interview this morning with the coach of the Jamaican team. Let's hear his perspective on yesterday's game.
Firstly, Coach John Wall, your thoughts on the performance and the results this afternoon.
Result was better than the performance. We should have killed this game a lot earlier based on the chances that we had. Conversion rate was low. Best of it was the result. We got away with 3 points.
Members of the media, questions you may indicate, and then you can proceed with your question.
Do you think that in the last 20 minutes that the Jamaica team will have to appreciate?
I felt that overall we, due to the changes and everything, and based on the two chances that Dominica had, and 100%, and it's pretty much easily to put the eyes out of the result that there was two late goals, and out of that trying to make an assessment on the performance. Otherwise, it was pretty much a controlled game.
Were you very disappointed with the result?
No, the 3 points is excellent. They cannot win more than 3 points.
Jamaica was a bit slow off the blocks, to get it into the groove. Do you think was it a bit of watching what Dominica's going to come with?
No, it was more based on pitch, which leaves a lot more to ask for. It's 120 meters depth and 72, 75 meters wide. That's a cricket pitch, and for me, that's it's not up to standard overall. Dominica performed well within their means, I would say, and counterattacked with the 2-3 players that they have up front. But overall, we should have again controlled the game much better and just finish it off with the chances that we had.
What do you think was the difference between these two teams here this afternoon?
Quality in the end. But overall, it was more based on, should I say, 80 minutes of a controlled game and 10 minutes of a less so. But overall, it's always hard play away with external factors as the pitch, players coming back after a restart and everything, and there's a short time between the game number 1 and 2, same as with Dominica. But overall, playing under this heat, same goes for Dominica. But overall, 3 points, we cannot get more than that.
Right, 6 points in the bag. Where do you go from here?
Copa America, last time I checked. But overall, it's kind of special. And it is for everyone, more or less. You play the 2 games, and then you take a break from the World Cup part for a year. So this will probably be something that you have to put up from your rucksack a little bit later on. But Copa America, Nations League, it just continues. So for us, it's always about the next game. We cannot think too much ahead of ourselves.
Would you say Jamaica performed according to plan here this afternoon?
We were expecting to actually score more goals than we converted and the chances that we had. So that was less of what we expected. But overall, dealing with other factors, and we are more just keeping it to the 3 points for now.
Finally, for me, how do you rate this Dominica team?
Well, it's kind of a progress. I would say got to give credit for the bounce back mentality from coming from a 6-0 game and then coming into this game and shape up for the crowd as well. So a lot of credit for that. But it's way different, and it becomes a very undynamic game. But I am biased, and that's the way I view it. But overall, Dominica, the bounce back, I had to give credit for that.
Were you panicking at any time in the stage of this
last minute?
No, I would say it would more about getting control of the ball. And from that point, it was more than instead of inviting into certain things. I would say refereeing was a little bit questionable at times as well.
Questionable?
Yes. I was a little bit overall, the timing of things. So I would say it's questionable overall. And I think players get in to close contact, but how you look upon it, it's very different.
Yeah, Coach, there's a couple of questions from Jamaica. Firstly, an update on Mikel Antonio. Is he okay? There's concerns if he is injured or not.
He's not injured. It's more about manage his load coming back, and he's not injured. He's full okay, and we're taking all aspects into considering the pitch and everything else surface, so we can monitor and make sure he's fresh.
Any player from the Dominica team stood out?
I'm very biased. I don't even look. No, I don't even look at the opponent like that. Sorry, I'm really stupid in that sense. Sorry.
And the plan between now and Copa America now for yourself and the technical staff?
For us, it's more about all the pre-planning has been done, but most of all, it's going to be kind of a break for now until we get back to Copa. Obviously, the the squad will be presented this week. For us is to take everything into account, looking at the big picture and what we're heading into. But for all, it's looking down at details again, and then we'll be back. Camp starts on the 16th.
Any other questions?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Dominica. I know my friend and coach for a number of years, commentator for a number of years as well, and sports host as well on DBS Radio. Delvin Asprey is with me this morning. Delvin, what are your impressions of yesterday's game? Let's be objective here.
Good morning to you, Matt, and good morning to your many listeners.
Morning.
You know, Matt, as you said, the coach, we had an interview with the coach, and the coach said it was a spiritual display and so on in terms of the team coming back down 3-0. It could have been worse than that, Matt. But if you realize the type of questions that we ask the coach and so on in terms of his subs and so on, because when you realize that things not going your way, and times really the time coming to an end, and you realize there's nothing you can do, and then you bring in two subs just before the end of the game, and the subs come and make an immediate impact, and Dominica scored 2 goals. It just shows you, Matt, that you have to have a level of confidence in your players, and we have on the bench, because they are national players. So don't believe that because they are senior players and so on, they're senior team and they're playing bad and they're not playing the rule they have to play, you're not supposed to sub them. So I think the subs, as you said, it worked out well. It didn't necessarily have to work out well that way. We could end up scoring 2 goals. And I want to say, first of all, to the Dominican public, Matt, for showing up in large numbers. As a matter of fact, it was a bumper crowd. And I must go on the radio and make that statement quite clear. And that's quite clear in terms of FIFA and West Indies cricket, that when you talk about sports in Dominica, and we just say a lot of things about sports, Matt, and the circumstances how difficult it has been for sportsmen and sportswomen and sports in Dominica. But when it comes to that Windsor Park, Matt, Dominican Republicans want to show up in large numbers. It doesn't matter if it is an international football match or an international cricket match. They show up in large numbers, Matt. So you realize that Dominica is a place to have big sporting activities, Matt.
And not only that, because I heard the coach of Jamaica, Tristan, making a statement about the pitch in the center of the field. You listen to that comment?
Of course, that is like... and that was the assistant coach yesterday speaking to us. And I spoke to the coach on the interview the day before. He wasn't part of the interview, but he came on the field and then he came by the goal, and then I went and talked to him. And the impression he given me is it was so Matt, in terms of what he was saying, Matt. I felt the type of way as a Dominican. He was saying that how FIFA can sanction a match or at the Windsor Park Stadium in that condition. Can you imagine the coach was saying that just the day before a match? He was very furious about it, and he spent a lot of time on the cricket pitch. He said the cricket pitch is a hard surface, and even when the assistant coach talk and so on, that they love to get good players because they fought and so on because of injury and everything else. And so a lot of work has to be made at the Windsor Park to make sure, because, man, if we cannot get cricket matches and we cannot get football matches in Dominica, and the type of crowd we see in showing up, Windsor Park to support Dominica, support West Indies, it's amazing that in terms of what is going on. And then if we cannot get this type of course to come out of national team and we can't play football at Windsor Park, a matter of fact, man, it's looking like it's in a situation now at the Windsor Park that we might even get international football again. So that means that there's no more football for Dominica. The way people talking, man. And if you expect the coach,
you mean the people talking about the international coaches and the fact that they're asking why did FIFA even sanction that pitch?
Yes, as a matter of fact, that's to show you, and then we have CONCACAF and so on. And usually before CONCACAF and those people have the big matches in Windsor, but we usually come down and inspect and so on. So they really give us a blessing. I want to thank FIFA for giving us the opportunity to play at the Windsor Park, and the crowd really enjoyed themselves. Thousands show in large amount. They were pouring at the stadium. But what next for football? We have a technical center, and I always keep telling the president of football, so we have a technical center up there, but you cannot play international matches there. You must play international matches at the Windsor Park because Windsor Park is the only ground that's suited for international football. And if we cannot get international football there, Dominica might have to play all their matches overseas, and that's not saying a good sign because you still.
But again, my friend, I was talking to a commentator this morning, and he says, well, it's a cricketing stadium. I don't like the statement when they say that Windsor Park is a cricketing stadium, and you see the reaction we had yesterday with the international football.
Definitely, and the stadium is not a cricket stadium, man. And people have to learn to understand the type of Windsor Park was Windsor Park. We used to play football there. We used to have international cricket there. We have international football there. Not because it's set up in terms of a thing, but it's not a cricket stadium. The Windsor Park is supposed to be an all-stadium that can accommodate international football and accommodate international cricket. So if you can accommodate international cricket alone, and we get the opportunity to host 2020 this year, we did not have the opportunity to host 2020. We get the chances, we did not. We have no matches in the World Cup coming up today. Right, they also will have international cricket this year. And then you're talking about a football. We had an international football match. You see the type of crowd that shows up. So if we cannot get football and we cannot get cricket, what are we going to do in terms of the Windsor Park and so on, in terms of Dominicans coming and support their own national team? And you saw it yesterday, very patriotic Dominicans urging the team down at 3-0, urging them down. The Sorbonne Javid just came in. You hear the type of rob the crowd and so on. They urge you, and we got 2 goals marked. So what's going to happen then? So Dominica is not international football. Dominica playing in Dominica.
If you were the coach yesterday, would you have brought in the subs earlier?
Well, Matt, the thing about me, Matt, when I coach my team, and so it doesn't matter if you're the best player and you're playing bad, I put you down, and that's how I've been. That's how I've been for years. If I think that you're not playing the role as a senior player, the best player, put you down. Because if you have a squad of 20. Because this squad is made of 20 and they are on the national team, there must be some ability in the 20 other guys you have on the team.
That's true.
So if you're picking a 20-man squad and you only have confidence 11 guys, you fail already. Because that means to say that if you only feel like those 11 guys will do it for you, you're wrong because you have 20 guys and they're the national team. So anytime a guy makes a national team, there must be a level of confidence you have to have in the guy. There must be something you have that you expect to bring on the field. One call on him.
Mm-hmm.
So you understand what I'm saying? And it's very fortunate that he, as the coach said, he make the subs and so on, but you have to have confidence in all the players. And Matt, the technical part of our football.
Yes.
We need to work on that. As the coach said, we have to make a couple defensive errors, but I think the defenders and so on have to play football with a little calm head. They need to control the ball. They need to doctor the game. Defense not running plenty, Matt. If you watch the Jamaicans, they bounce the ball around, they move around, they doctor the center defender. But the center defenders have put themselves under tremendous pressure. Football's supposed to be an easy game. You control the ball, you pass the ball to your man. You move, you receive the ball. But the guys, when all defenders get the ball and so on, they seem to be in a worry and so on to kick out.
They seem to be panicking there.
Yeah, they're panicking, and I think what the coach have to do from now on is defenders. Put them in. Let the defenders work on the ball. Let them work on their confidence in the ball and so on the ball, receiving the ball, and playing good football. Because if you realize, look at the penalty. A defender coming and the ball was so low, and look at what happened. There was a penalty and the ball was almost on the defender ankle. You saw the first goal, the penalty.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah, so that's a questionable.
He went down very low to head that ball, and it took his arm.
So that's a ball. That's a simple ball. You should be controlling and so on, and then bounce the ball to his goalkeeper, bounce the ball to instead of trying to force the thing. And it's here alone. It does says that the guys have to be a little more calm. They have to spend more time on the ball, and I think the coach will have to work on that and so on, the technical skills of those guys and so on, in terms of liking the ball, feel comfort of the ball, feel that you feel that you have so much confidence on the ball that you can control the ball between two free fellas and pass the ball and so on. If you realize the Jamaican players,
Yes.
if they jump for a ball, Matt, they're looking to head the ball, or they're not looking to head the ball for the opponent. They're looking to head the ball for their opponent, for their partner, because they're finding the partner from the head in the air. So when he head the ball, he's heading the ball exactly to his man. That is the type of technical football we have to play, Matt. And the guys just have to be calm with the football, be a bit more comfortable with the ball. And again, as you said, that we have to play a lot more match practice, Matt, because you realize that the guys, they're complaining with practicing the Windsor Park, and that's where you have to play. But as you know, that the Nations Cup coming up. So we have to play the more friendly matches, and you have to play against more strong opponents. Opponents that technically strong, Matt. You want to play against St. Vincent because you're ranked, but St. Vincent ranked. Look at Jamaica. Jamaica ranked, I think, number 54, and Dominica ranked number 180. And look at how the guys came back yesterday. So ranking have nothing to do with that. So now we play football against Martinique, Guadeloupe, those strong teams that come to good football, Jamaica, and they're big teams to come down to Windsor Park and play friendly. It will help Dominica football. But we cannot be playing among ourselves and so on, and we're going to improve. Or you're going to play among yourself and so on and play against the same guys that are not even more technically skillful than you. You play the same type of football. What can you learn, Matt? You have to go and play against opponents that you know, that you can learn from. You understand what I'm saying?
Give you a challenge, yes.
Oh yes, you have to get challenges. So you go around the guys that you see the guys Jamaican, they say, oh, how they're bouncing the ball, moving the ball around, finding their partners. That is the type of teams you have to play against. So you know exactly that you have a defensive shape. You know when you win the ball, how you have to attack. And we can be more competitive. And I say hats off to the guys yesterday for their performance, and not forgetting the crowd, Matt. We have to start to give the crowd of Dominica more football at Windsor Park and more cricket at Windsor Park.
But again, how do we fix the problem of the pitch there? Because you did mention the coach was somewhat concerned about the pitch and the condition of the pitch there.
Oh yes, man. Well, that pitch, the cricket pitch have been there, but in terms of when we have in football, we're not having cricket. It have no sense to roll the pitch, man. As you know, you're not supposed to roll the pitch and so on. You just have to leave the pitch, the grass grow. You have to soften the area and so on, because as you realize, the pitch area has to be green. It hasn't got to be brown at all. It has to be like a grass. So even the Windsor Park pitch here, you haven't got to see any patches of brown and so on. What you need to see and so on is green grass and so on the pitch, so the ball can roll. You understand what I'm saying? But every time that it's going to be a trouble something for both FIFA and not only FIFA, but CONCACAF and FIFA, both of them and so on. It's going to be difficult for them to get matches there. As you say, I'm very grateful that the match could have played at Windsor Park. It could have been worse.
But we have to watch it for the future. We have to watch it for the future in terms of football.
Oh yes, Matt. And that's what I'm saying. So that we used to play a lot of football and cricket at Windsor Park, but the whole aim now is to put four strips in Windsor Park. You a matter of fact now this year, Matt, what I realize is that we're not going to have plenty cricket matches the international. We're going to miss out from the 2020 World Cup. We're not going to have plenty matches at the Windsor Park. So I don't see why we should have 4 or 5 strips in the middle of the Windsor Park pitch. I think 2 strips will be okay, because you're not going to get so much. If you are in that match, so be it, but 2 strips okay for the center of the Windsor Park strip, so we can accommodate football. So if you have 2 strips, it's less strip. So you have only 2, and then you have your 2 for cricket. But you see, those important things is that what the people in the stadium concentrate on is really T10 cricket and those type of ball. What T10 cricket can bring to Dominica, Matt? T10 cricket not can bring nothing to Dominica. A matter of fact, I can say it openly, and the number sportsman, I do fit to say it openly, that T10 cricket not benefiting nothing for Dominica, in terms of what is going on.
Well, the players are benefiting.
You watch exactly what is going on in football. You see the type of crowd that was in Windsor Park yesterday, and you can see and charging people $15 and $25. But you see the type of crowd that was in Windsor Park.
Well, let's talk again about the technicality. I was invited to a press conference, a news conference at the stadium there, the conference area. What happened? Because when we got there, the doors were actually locked. What happened?
Well, Matthew, that's the manager. Because at international level and so on, they should be open. So as soon as the guys and so on, you realize that the match finished, the coach and the media guy for the Jamaican, they walked quickly towards that area, because there was a press conference after. And when we came there and so on, they were locked. So maybe you'll have to ask that question, the question to the stadium manager. They should be open for access for the media to go inside there. And in the end, we had to do the interview on the field. So, but at least the interview was done. But those type of issues and those technicalities, we have to address those things quickly, man.
We have to, but again, congratulations to the team. I think they did well on the immense pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, man, they did well. As you know, they saw the two late goals. You see, when you're back against the wall and then you bring in people, you never expect anything from people. They come in there and show what they had and so on. And it's good to see the crowd really urge them on. A matter of fact, the crowd was waiting for those subs. You can see when the guy came in, you can see the type of roar from the crowd and so on. Like they feel like something. The Dominican crowd does feel certain things, you know.
Yeah,
But
that's
they
true.
feel like something. They feel like something going to happen when Javid George came in. And so as the Swans game made a quick impact into the game, we get two goals. It could have been 4, 5, or 6 love, but in the end it was 3-2, and it's a good performance by the Dominica team going up to Jamaica 3-2 at Windsor Park. So hopefully we can get some more bigger matches to come in the future at Windsor Park. But we definitely have to address the Windsor Park. We have to make Windsor Park a
But
major priority.
I must comment also the goalkeeper, the captain, did a tremendous job in the goal.
Yes, matter of fact, he had a better second half. I can say that openly. He had a better second half. His first half, I think he said it. He said it all. He said the 2 goals that scored was very soft goal, and he knew he made at least 2 errors in terms of those goals that scored on him. But in the second half, he really stood out and so on. He redeemed himself and made a couple saves and so on. He was really brilliant in the second half. So I want to say congratulations to him. But as he said, and so on, there's younger guys coming up and he'll be working with them. They have no intention of retiring. He's just 26, he said. So he'll be representing his country for quite a while, Matt. So that's good to see that the younger guys can learn from him. But the younger guys also have to get the experience, Matt, to play. Because you can be nurturing guys and so on. As soon as you retire, then guys never play a match. And you play in all the matches. And when you retire, when you put them in the goal, they nervous, they shaky, they get in a set of goals. So as an experienced goalkeeper, and the coach has to be wise in that decision, that you have to give the guys the opportunity so to the guys to play big matches so they can build a level of confidence. So as soon as they can leave, they can pull in their position easily.
All right, again, thank you, Mr. Delvin Esprit. We'll talk to you sometime. Thank you again for your analysis of the game yesterday, Dominica versus Jamaica. Thank you very much. We'll come. I know Mr. Carla John Baptist was a commentator yesterday, and he was the one who escorted the international referees to the game yesterday. He made a lot of observations. So we're going to look at the technical aspects of the game yesterday again, Dominica versus Jamaica. Carla, your impressions of yesterday's game again.
Matt, let me say good morning to you and good morning to your many listeners.
Morning
First of all,
to you.
I want to congratulate the Dominica team for their fight, the work that they put, and Coach Ellington Sabin. It was a spirited fight, like he quite rightly said. Although I still have my own concerns, which I mentioned as it relates to one of the guys playing on the defense, that is the guy from Dubla.
Okay.
That yes, who I don't think he is a defender. All his life he's been playing up front for Dominica for Dubla, and I think that is where he should have played. I think that experiment has failed Dominica, and that is where the goals came from all along. Having said that,
So
though,
you think he should have been put on the forward there?
Yes,
the front line.
That is where he belongs. And also, Matt, I am of the view that I would not have started with Julian Wade. Definitely not. I think he's been owing Dominica goals after goals after goals after goals, and I think he should not be in Dominica's starting lineup. Definitely not.
Okay.
But be that as it may, he was eventually substituted, and you could see the difference right away. The difference came right away. So,
do you think he's somewhat tired?
I don't know, Matt, but he's not been scoring goals for Dominica. He's just not been scoring goals. He's making the attacks, but he's not been scoring goals. So the performance of that team yesterday in front of this massive crowd, and the crowd needs to take the Dominicans need to say kudos to our people.
Mm-hmm.
Our people came out in massive numbers to support this Dominica team. They really supported the Dominica team. They came out, and anyone who said that the game was not well advertised, I'm not sure if they're speaking the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Dominicans came out in massive numbers and really put all their support into the Dominica team. Kudos to them. Well done, Dominica. But then, Matt, let's look at a few
Technicalities. Yes.
Yeah, I am concerned that at the stadium, in terms of people sitting, Matt, and the amount of smoking that is being done on the stand, I think people need to look at that. This is a stadium, and people smoke marijuana and cigarette, and you are sick, you're asthmatic, and they smoke right in your face. That is a no-no. And they need to do better than that. You cannot be in a stadium sitting and people smoking people just smoking all in your face. That is a no-no. That is unacceptable. And the authorities need to do something about that. That is a no-no. That is one. Number two, I was the liaison for the referees match,
mm-hmm.
and the condition of the referees' quarters left a lot to be desired. I called the manager, Gafford Joseph, of the stadium. He did not answer. Let me tell you, the washroom was not operational for the referees. It was locked. When I did my investigation, I found out, I was told that the washroom was not working, so they had to lock it. This is an international match. You knew beforehand, so that means you did not prepare. The same area, Matt, was extremely hot. One fan that was working. The AC was not working. Thanks to Mr. Clyde PLW, who came to our rescue. Whatever magic he was able to do, so we were able to get AC in the area. But, I mean, this was an international match, and you're telling me that no one could locate the manager of the stadium. He did not answer his phone. And that you're aware that after the game, the media center was locked.
But Kala, we have to resort to the playing field to do the interviews.
I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. How you...
And even Kala, as you said that the toilets were not working for the referees there, I was even told by a source close to the DFA there were no toilet papers minutes before the game started. That's craziness.
But how are you telling me this is an international match? And basic things, you know the referees' quarters, you know where they're supposed to be. You're telling me that place is not properly functional, AC not working, one fan working, washroom not working, manager cannot be found, manager not answering his phone. This is his responsibility to ensure that all those things are done and in place. I mean, I do not want to say what the people who are responsible for the games in terms of those who came down, what they had to say, but I was privy to it. I was in the center of it. I mean, if
so you were disappointed that these rooms were not ready for the game.
But man, they were nowhere close to being ready. Nowhere close to being ready. The officials had to go out to use another washroom outside itself. I mean, how can you do that? This is World Cup qualifying FIFA sanctioned matches. And you're telling me that the referees' quarters, I have been around. I have traveled. I have refereed World Cup qualifiers. I've been around. I've gone to Cuba, all those places there. And when you reach those venues there, the place is properly ready. Properly ready. It's not about politics. So whoever it is again that had to do what they had to do. And let me tell you, this is not the first time that those things are happening. I've had many occasions to call Gafford Joseph, and he may want to call me after that. He's not taking calls. He's incompetent. He's incompetent. I don't know what he's concentrating on, but you cannot tell me those basic things are not done. Those basic things are not done. You cannot be located. He knew beforehand that the game was going to take place at the stadium. He knew certain things that had to be done. The toilets had to be ready to ensure everything. I am sure if it was a cricket match, that would be done. I am sure if it was a cricket match, all those things, all those I's would have been dotted and all those T's would have been crossed. So where did we go wrong?
But again, you know, I think the board of the stadium needs to meet and review just what went on there. Is a disaster. It's a disaster.
Of course.
Carla John Baptist, thank you very much. Thank you. You see what I mean? What I've told you before? Or the question I asked you less than 2 weeks ago? Sports is not a priority. Yeah? Now you see what is going on? International matches going on at the Windsor Park Stadium, our lone stadium. You have to rush 15 minutes before a game starts to give the fans toilet paper, keys to the media center not available, air condition for the referee's room not available. I told you. Heads might roll or will roll, huh? We have to look again at the field of the Windsor Park. International coaches commenting that we have to do something about the pitch in the center of the playing field. So there are many questions at this time. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Good morning.
Yeah. Hi, good morning, Matt.
Morning to you. How you doing?
Okay, pretty well. I'm extremely delighted with the Dominica team. I am reluctant to call you, but when it comes to sports, sports is an integral part of human development. A few people telling me, why are you calling Matt often these days? What happened? You join those fellas, man? People can imagine this myopic kind of thinking in a country, a democratic country. Anyway, I want to echo the sentiments raised by Mr. Esprit. I missed Kalai a bit because I was a little away from my phone the radio. But I want to commend the Dominica team highly. The Dominica team played extremely well. When you look at Jamaica, a World Cup, a team that qualified for the World Cup in 1998, and they are rated number 40-something in the world among 231 countries, I think. Mm-hmm. And I think Dominica really played well. And I agree with the Jamaican coach because I'm a referee myself. I referee for about 25 years. And the referee he's an international referee too, but he made some cardinal errors.
Okay.
First of all, the penalty he gave, right? Mm-hmm. In football, is hand on ball and not ball on hand. In other words, if you intentionally try to touch the ball, and then that is an offense. Mm-hmm. But if the guy was trying to head, and some people blaming him and saying, why did he head? But the guy was a little off balance and it was low. And what he was trying to do is to avoid the striker from Jamaica hitting that ball in the goal. So when you put your head to it, the guy has to think twice. Because if he hits you or kick in your head, and he could have controlled it, he could get a card, he could get a red card, he could get something. So the guy used his head on the spur of the moment. But Dominica played really, really good. I believe in hindsight, if the coach had made a change about 10 minutes before, although it's easy to say that now, but you can see when the changes were made, and the crowd was really supporting the spectators. I mean, after all, 4,000 people, $25 each, for $100,000, they can meet their local expenses. But another thing is we have to consider football is played where you find a football on a football field that is track and field area. So in other words, all around the world, you have a track, a synthetic track, and then you have a football stadium in there. I mean, I've been all over Australia, Germany, Japan, China. That is how it's obtained. Football is played where you have a soccer track, where you have a synthetic track for athletics. So, I mean, we are a small country, micro-state, we developing country. We do not have all the phones, but some effort has to be made to build that kind of stadium that can take track and football. So then it won't interfere with the cricket aspect of it. Because as the coach said, the pitch was kind of undulating. It was kind of not level.
Yep.
Not a level playing field. That is not an excuse. Because Dominica played real good. And we have to commend the entire Dominica team, the goalkeeper, captain in particular, for his pedigree, his tremendous effort, and the work ethics that you saw, especially in the second half. So in a nutshell, what we need to do is to ensure that we can get more football in Dominica. The next World Cup game is on the 4th and 5th of June next year, because the 2026 World Cup is coming up. So 1 year before that, they have the final round. But in the meantime, Dominica need to have friendly games, like most of the countries know. So we need to embark upon that kind of thing. Get Guadeloupe, get Martinique, get teams close by, and you do your publicity and you'll get the crowd. So if you get the 4,000 people at $20, you'll make your $80,000. You'll meet your local costs, your hotel, your food, your accommodation for 2 days. So that is where we have to move. But full mark to the Dominica team, and I think they really lived up nicely, and they really played to the spectators. Thank you very much.
Thank you. More telephone calls in the morning, 9:12. Hello, talk to me, yes? Yes? How you doing? Something is wrong with your telephone. You've got to call back. Thank you very much. 9:12, yes? International
Morning,
call.
Matt.
Morning to you.
Matt, nothing that happened at the sports stadium should not surprise any right-thinking person in Dominica and around the world, Matt. Because, Matt, you've been asking the $100 question. Does the government of Dominica is sports on the front burner for them or not, Matt? This is not. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that, Matt. Matt, what Oscar George is? What is he?
Oscar George, I think he is like a junior minister in the Ministry of Sports. Yes.
Okay, Matt. Okay, so yeah, the only person that may have, and I'm saying may have an interest in sports is Oscar George. But guess what, Matt? Oscar George do not have no power. He was just brought in there as a senator by Chichi. Now, Matt. So that's the end product you're gonna get, Matt. I mean, like I said, I'm not disrespecting this Greta Roberts, but she have never ever played sports in her life. So you cannot you're not.
Maybe she have played wronglers. I don't know if she ever played sports. I can't make a statement like that. I can't say that. We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't.
Matt,
She may have played wronglers. Wronglers is a sport,
Okay, let's give that to her. Let's the benefit of the doubt. She played wronglers, but she's not interested in sport. But Matt, can you allow me to just pass a message, please, on your radio this morning, Matt?
Do that quickly. Do that quickly. We know what. We don't have too much time. Do that quickly. My phones are going.
Matt, as we know, last week I saw Dr. Thompson Fontaine going from house to house in St. Joseph, Matt, right?
Yes.
And Matt, I'm begging Thompson Fontaine, if you're listening to me, please, you need to stay Dominica a little longer for the simple reason you went to St. Joseph last week, Monday, and on Saturday, Roosevelt Skerritt and Darren Lloyd was there in the piping hot sun giving care package, Matt. The people of St. Joseph hungry, and it's Thompson Fontaine that caused them to get some food, Matt. Thompson Fontaine, please, can you stay Dominica a little longer and visit St. Joseph a little more often for us, please? Take care now, Matt.
All right, take care now. Let's go back to football. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Are you here?
I don't know what's going on with your phone. Are you here, Blue?
Yes, sir.
Your phone seems to be cutting off. I don't know what's going on. Are you there? Go ahead.
Yes, I am there, Matt.
Yes, go ahead.
Perfect, sir.
See, Blue, something is going on with your phone. I don't know what's going on. You might want to try another number. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Every time you say yes, we're having a problem with you. So try another number, okay? Try another number. I'm very, very sorry. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Yes, my brother, you must look for the archives. Archives about doing support, because I'm the one that you give me the chance and always talking about that doing support. Not what you expect when you have a national side that is have a natural talent that God gives, which is a piece of land we call Dominica. Everything we have is natural. Even you, being as a journalist, you can be natural until when certain people have to groom you that know more. Matt, I say all that to say I was born in Dominica. that we cannot have a festival ground instead of a playing ground. And I like what you say, when you said that if sports is priority for Dominicans, I tell you, sports is health, sports is everything, sports is togetherness. Matt, I want you to find out for me, please. Who that really in charge? Running the Windsor Park. Because remember, the national side could not get a week to practice in that Windsor Park. And Gerald George is not seeing it. You have to see it in the history.
But Gerald George is no longer on the executive, We have a different public relations officer. So he's not part of the DFA anymore, huh?
Okay, well, I take it back.
Okay.
Well, those that in charge then, not seeing anything about that, which I always see for my little 50 cents. Let's get one look to come on a weekend. We used to have them before. Let's get Martin. We used to have them before. Same picture we used to have them. The same thing. Imagine if you Germans play in the Windsor Park, they're tall. And when they practice like it's drill, they drill, Why can't we have that? No, nobody must surprise about Dominicans, We have natural talent that we can beat any team in the world. What we need, Mr. Scary, again, I calling on you because you stop that. I'm not stopping because you're not stopping. Mr. Scary, I'm calling on you. Take a little walk around. Watch our fields. But I want you to first take the example of Newton Savannah, how they first start of the right system and how they improve on the right system. Mr. Scott, I tell you, sports is health, it's everything is togetherness, family togetherness. Let us start to have weekend games. We're starting from first day. Instead of taking money and send it there, send for 5 little teams and elevate the city, man. Elevate the city. You see what happened there? Huh? How many thousands of people who come from where and buses from the country? That is what the people want. So they won't fight Mr. Scary. And if you just do that, you will see that Dominica is going to inclusion. If you just do that, my brother, you will go stand far and then you will see where we're going further. Now, Melissa, wake up, shake up. You have girls, convent, grammar school, Wesley High School, netballers, you know what I mean? Good players become footballers. Shake them up, bring some balls for them, put some ring wherever. Talk to them, know their problem, and that will stop the children from suicide himself.
All right, caller, thank you very much. 9:18 is the morning time. Oh, hello, talk to me. We're here.
Matt, how are you?
Morning to you, morning.
Matt, I love my sports.
Yes,
I wanted to ask a question.
Ask a question.
Could you find out from the DSA if they, because I heard Carlisle say there was no toilet paper, toilet not working and so on, no AC. Could you find out from them for us, please, if they were aware of those conditions?
Because we just heard Carla and said that he was trying to get in touch with the manager, Mr. Gafford Joseph, and he was not answering his phone, so I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, but I'm also talking about the Dominica Football Association. Knowing they're part of the whole thing, were they aware?
Well, I was told from a source, and I won't mention at this time, that they had to rush to get the toilet papers a couple minutes before the game started. That's what I was told.
So they never checked there before then,
That's not their responsibility. It is the responsibility of the management of the stadium.
So the management, no, the manager or whoever, what happened there above board or what? What is that? I'm just asking.
No, good question. Good questions.
If you have a job to do, Matt, you know what you have to do. Without either fear or fail, you have to do your job. Matt, you working where you're working there. You know what you have to do, not so now.
Of course.
Mr. Gregor, I'm going to call you and tell you, Matt, do that. So the person is above board, they know they're doing what they want. They're their own whatever. I'm just asking.
Or maybe they're their own boss. Hello. On the telephone. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Sorry about that. Let's take another call. Are you there? Yes? I don't know if this is happening. Are you there, caller?
Are you hearing me much better?
Yes, I am. But there's still a little technicality on your end. Go ahead.
Boy, that phone, I don't know what happening to them people and their phone. A new phone I bought from Florida, I haven't even got.
You see it's happening again. Go ahead.
Happening again?
Go ahead. It's better now. It's better now.
Dominica team, Matt. They did a good job. A splendid job yesterday. I must congratulate them. And
You've got to change the phone. You have to change the phone or contact your provider because it's just happening and happening and happening. Every time you speak, there's a beep on the phone. Hello, talk to me.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning. How are you doing, sir? How are you?
I'm trying my best, my brother. Matt, who owns the $100,000 gate receipts of yesterday?
I think that
who owns it? The Ministry of Sports?
I think it may be the Football Association, but I will add Dominica Football Association. And there's a fee for the use of the stadium. That's my understanding.
So I am prepared to bet that $100,000 that was made in the park yesterday belongs to the Football Association, less all the other expenses. And one of the expenses that they were responsible for was to put toilet paper there at least 3 days before, a day before. They also had to ensure the air conditionings were working. They also had to ensure everything was in order. I think that was a little hard on Mr. Gafford Joseph.
All right, we'll find out. 9:22. Who's responsible for the stadium? I think is the management of the stadium. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Are you there? Yes.
Mato, I agree with you. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, St. Joseph.
You get hold on. You get a contribution from the DFA to get the field ready or the place ready, but I don't know if the DFA may be responsible. I'll ask a question maybe sometime privately to one of the of course the officials of the DFA. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Are you there? Go ahead. Yes.
Yes, Mato. Melissa Skerritt is responsible for that constituency, the Roseau constituency. Melissa should take a moment when you have international sports coming and playing in your constituency to ask a couple questions. You cannot just leave it up to the people. You have to play a role. Mato, unless the government cannot take sports serious, nobody else on that is not going to take it serious. Here is the biggest sport is in your constituency. We cannot use a restroom in the stadium. That's an insult. That's a joke. These are people living in $29 million home. And they cannot manage those basic little things in their constituency. Dominicans have to vote those people out to take out them shame in our eyes. I can't blame the people below them. These people are jokes. God bless Dominica. Thank you.
God bless you too. And just to answer your question, I'm speaking anonymously to a government official, and the person is telling me, Matt, Gafford is the one responsible. Gafford Joseph, who is the manager of the stadium, is responsible for the stadium under the Ministry of Sports, upkeep and management, etc. So he's responsible for the upkeep of the stadium. Okay, that's part of the contract. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you. Morning. Yes.
Hello. Morning, Matt.
Morning to you. Yes.
Oh, I wasn't hearing you. Matt, the football game yesterday was good. The fellas played very well. Best I've seen them play for a while.
Yes.
We need a few fine tuning though. You can see the coordination wasn't quite there most of the time. I don't know what happened to them after the referee gave that penalty. It was technically a penalty, but really the guy was falling over. I don't think that genuinely should be a penalty. However, technically it was a penalty. I don't know what I'm talking about. That what boosted them up. They got fire in the bottom and they start Matt, you can see raw talent. Fine tuning wasn't there. Enough coordination wasn't there. And what is correct that is that we need more resources. Maybe the government, maybe corporate citizens. Because before matches like that, the guys need to be together for at least 2 to 3 weeks. Not doing nothing, not going to work anywhere. You get up, you play football, you talk football. Because these are very, very big games. And and maybe the manager needs to be with those guys. So really we need the players, managers, trainers to be together for at least 2 to 3 weeks before, because most of the other players, lots of the players coming from overseas, they're not work. All they do is play football, and in the other country they get more support, they live together and that. So we need fine tuning. The raw talent is there. The fitness is there. I mean, we beat the guys. Yes, we competed with guys yesterday with share fitness, But the fine tuning in those type of games, they read you. The fine tuning, when you pass the ball, how quick you pass the ball, when you let it go, who you going to pass it to, those type of things. So basically, I think we need to be together for about 2 or 3 weeks, not doing nothing else than playing football and talking football, eating football. Everybody, managers, so we understand each other and whatnot. But because I was watching the game and I was saying we was losing the match in the middle of the field until that last substitute was made.
Yes.
When that guy came in and really got hold of the substitute. So I need to talk to the manager as well, who's my good friend, and ask him, where we talk well. But I think he did a good job when he made that change. Whether he should have made it before, I don't know. But really, we need to fine tune those big games. We need to be together for about 3 weeks, 2 weeks at least. Just talking football, eating football, fine tuning, studying the sides we're going to play, and who we're going to play against, and what are their skills. If you have a defender and their forward is a right foot forward, whether you're going to put the defender with a left foot against the right foot forward, and those type of things. Fine tune. But I think they did a very good job, because what happened to them going to Guatemala, I think physically, technically, it must have been still affecting them.
And you're making the point, because just the day before they had a meeting with the executive there of the DFA, and they actually poured out their hearts, read the problems that they experienced on their way to Guatemala. So that may have had a psychological effect on the team, and the captain said that. Yes.
Must have, because sitting around as an athlete for all those hours, that alone is just going to relax your muscles and and those type of things, and go rebuild again and things. Yeah, so technically, we need to fine tune. We need to coordinate more. We need to be together. For you to do that, you have to be together for a while particularly before those big matches.
All right, thank you again. Thank you. Let's take another voice note. Yes, go ahead.
If the Football Association is paying a fee for the use of the stadium, it cannot be the Football Association to make sure they have toilet paper and what, because the fee the Windsor Park sports management would be charging anybody using the stadium. You're supposed to make allowance for those things there. You charge them a fee, knowing you have to provide paper, the use of the stadium, etc., etc. And it is the onus is on the management of the Winter Park Stadium to make sure that the AC is functional, the washrooms are functional. It cannot be the responsibility of the Football Association. Some at places that renting place, like Parish Hall and so, when you want to rent Parish Hall, the onus is on the management of the Parish Hall to make sure air condition functioning, toilet functioning. They charge you a fee, you pay your fee, and you're supposed to come to a place that has everything functioning. Come on, Pedro. We don't come again, Pedro. Put the blame where the blame have to go, Pedro.
All right. Thank you very much. We're going to come back, Dominica, right after this.
Exciting news from Sunrise Airways. Starting May 25th, we're expanding to the Eastern Caribbean with new service to St. Kitts, Antigua, Dominica, and St. Lucia. Enjoy round-trip fares starting as low as $199 US. Book now at sunriseairways.net or through your travel advisor. Experience the best in travel with Sunrise Airways. We fly to connect people. Book today.
Exciting news from AutoTrade. Incredible savings are here. Take advantage of AutoTrade's Thrifty Thursday promotion. Mark your calendars. On the last Thursday of each month, AutoTrade is offering up to 20% off items throughout the store. Yes, 20% off. But wait, there's more. Keep your eyes peeled for our exclusive Deal of the Day offer, bringing you even bigger discounts on select items. Whether you're looking for car accessories, maintenance essentials, or just browsing for a great deal, we've got you covered. So be sure to swing by AutoTrade every last Thursday. At AutoTrade, it's more than a vehicle, it's a relationship. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Asa Banton, your Tropical Water Ambassador, with your hurricane tip for today. Strengthen your home. Trim trees, ensure drains are cleaned, and ensure you have sufficient plywood, aluminum panels to board up your windows and doors. Ensure that outdoor items can be secured. Be prepared, and remember to stock up on Tropical water.
Sunrise, Exciting news from Sunrise Airways. Starting May 25th, we're expanding to the Eastern Caribbean with a new service to St. Kitts, Antigua, Dominica, and St. Lucia. Enjoy round-trip fares starting as low as $199 US. Book now at sunriseairways.net or through your travel advisor. Experience the best in travel with Sunrise Airways. We fly to connect people. Book today.
Good things come and good things go, but greatness lasts forever with stones. Don't change your mind, oh,
Sure. In the streets while the ladies alive, I feel by a buckle of the Stone Ginger wine. And sick make your laugh feel whenever. Stone Ginger wine, great, this is forever.
good things come and good things go, but greatness lasts forever with stones. Don't change your mind, oh.
Greatness is forever with Stones.
Distributed by Fine Food.
How much Dominican history do you know? Want to learn some fun facts? We have a great and fun way to test your knowledge and learn more about our history. Get your copy of Dominic Anu, Dominica in Puzzle. Fun for the whole family. Available now on Amazon.com. Visit pushpast10.com to learn more. Email us at dominicainpuzzle@gmail.com or call 877-698-9894.
Let's go back to the telephone. Yes. On the telephone, yes.
Good morning, my brother. How you doing, bud?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Matt, 2 weeks running, you get your answer. 2 weeks in a row. Priority in sports. Let's go with it. Mr. Peltier, you know how I look at things. I look at things from a critical standpoint. I look at it and I tell the truth. If not, I shut up. Matt, I hear a lot of comments and excuses for our level of professionalism. Matt, if you're not going to be a professional in something, stay out of it. If you're going to do it half-assed, stay out of it. That's my opinion. The excuse that we are a small nation and this, that, and the other is no excuse. Matt, finances is there. Facilities are there. But good leadership, good execution is not there. And these are the questions you've been asking in the last couple of weeks, and you keep getting the same answer. Sport is not a priority in the country. Let's say this. In the scheme of things, Jamaica is a small country, okay? We're looking at the level of sports in Jamaica in the last 20, 30 years. where they build this thing to be a real winning machine. When you look at track and field, whatever field, even though cricket is down, but throughout the Caribbean, Matt, we have great athletes to rival world-class athletes. But what it is, the level of finances, the level of involvement on a professional level is not there except when Olympics come or little thing come and then we throw some people in there and run up and down the field and play like we do in sport. But sport is a professional, it's a livelihood, man. You don't just come out this week and train for a thing next week. Because one caller said it best. You put the guys together in a place to live where they eat, live, and breathe football. When they dream football. They dream cricket, whatever the sport that they are into, whatever we compete in. And we have this mediocre type attitude towards everything, man. The whole country need a rebuild. We need to get rid of mediocrity. We need to start to see us as a professional, regardless of your size, man. It doesn't matter. You know, when you go in a weightlifting competition, they're looking at your size. They're looking at your definition, the size muscles you have. It's too many things involved that when you're in a competition, that people come in always because of what size. That's nonsense. That's garbage. That's a defeatist attitude. The worst nonsense I ever hear in my life. Matt, I'm listening, and we need to do better from the government all the way down, because these things are not just for fun. It's a livelihood. When you take a man from anywhere in the world who is a pro sport, tennis, anything, he's doing it for a livelihood. They become multimillionaires, billionaires. So it tells you it's a business. It's a discipline that you take seriously. You invest the money into it if you want to have the best. And that's all I got to say for that. Thank you.
All right, Dominica, we're here. We're taking your phone calls. Not the coach, somebody saying there on a WhatsApp message, the coach sold out the game. He had no faith in all the young players that was on the bench. Could believe Jamaica made 5 subs and Dominic was afraid to make subs. When he brought in Javid George and the other sub, that's when we got the goals. I watched the game, the international sports on Rush TV, and was asking when will the coach make the subs. Matt, when Mr. Skerritt put his friends in position, that's what happens, huh? Congratulations to Javid George of Southeast Grand 4. We're proud of you. All right, somebody's asking the question. Matt, if you visit the laundry, you as a customer did not bring any detergents, washing products, don't you expect the laundry to provide the products? Tell Peter Karam, Mr. Karam, they're telling you come again. With that nonsense that you're trying to push forward there to protect Gafford Joseph. On the telephone, hello, yes. Are you there, caller?
Yes, my brother,
You're back. You're back. I hope you're not repeating the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, Matt, let me tell you, let's not blame Gafford. You understand? Because if the Football Association can be paying money to play in the park for us to see games going on, and they have to pay boss to go if it's Juba or call you, I'm now asking myself, when they pay, you must investigate that too, Matt. You're just sitting down, you have to start to move now,
No. We're talking about the stadium. We're talking about the stadium. We're not moving anywhere else but the stadium and the facilities at the stadium. Speak your mind.
The stadium.
Yes, go ahead.
Stadium. Right? So now, when you pay that money to go in that stadium, who's writing the receipt? Who you paying? So no, therefore now, Gafford now, he's there to observe what is really going on. You see the waterman come, he went up there, he rolled.
He is responsible for the management of the stadium point blank. Okay, 9:40. We're not going to place any more blame on anybody. He is the one responsible for managing the stadium. You heard me earlier quoting a government official that he is the one responsible for the stadium. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, Matt, good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, Matt, you see, the problem we have in Dominica is when we see things happening, we just pretend as if well we don't know what is happening. Matt, our government in Dominica was never interested in building a sports stadium. You know. They was never interested in building a sports stadium. The Chinese was passing and giving sports stadium in the Caribbean.
So you wouldn't give Mr. Skerritt his credit for getting the stadium to us? You said the Chinese were passing where?
But around the Caribbean and they were giving stadium.
No. You heard that the Prime Minister and a team went and negotiated the stadium along other facilities. The Chinese were not passing around the Caribbean. Give credit where it's due. The Prime Minister went with a team and they negotiated the stadium along other things. Okay?
Why Antigua think it think all of them stadium was built by Chinese at the same time? Why?
No, I cannot answer that question. I'm telling you that did not happen how you are explaining it. Okay, because we moved from Taiwan to China. That was maybe one of the gifts, but I'm saying that the Chinese were passing around and they were giving stadiums. I wouldn't say it that way. Okay, 942-449-3095-96. Sometimes you want to play politics, but let's be real. Sometimes, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, good morning. Yes,
okay,
what is right is right. Talk to me. Yes, hello. Good morning.
I can't use my line now, so I use my cell phone to the state. Congratulations. What the hell they doing me? But I go check that out tomorrow.
Check it out.
I use my cell phone to congratulate them guys for doing a splendid job yesterday. I guess we gotta do the sub earlier on so the things will be better for us. And I would say we draw with with Jamaica because we played well. We give them 2 straight goals. They have 2 goals. They got the penalty. I don't even know what that penalty. Bye-bye.
You're the referee, and you wouldn't award the penalty. 449-309-5969. Somebody said they were going around passing and giving stadiums. Come on, man. Let's be real. Sometimes we have to give jacket, huh? It wasn't you're right. It wasn't the responsibility of the Dominica Football Association to fix the AC, no buy each tissue for tissue paper. Peter, again, somebody's asking you to stop that nonsense, huh? So you expect to go to Creole Festival, just a prime example. You expect to go to Creole Festival and bring your toilet paper, Peter? You expect to go to festival and bring your toilet paper? On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Something's going on here with your telephone. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's listen.
Matt, I wasn't going to chime in at all. But what the caller is saying is that the Chinese has a formula. The Chinese have a formula all over the world. Look at what they're doing in Africa, and they did the same thing in Caribbean. It's not like Skerritt going and negotiate. It is part of the formula to build stadiums, to build airports, to take over the ports, and do all these things for their own interests. Right? So again, how many countries look at St. Vincent? Look at what Ralph has done for the T20, right? He's not selling passports. He's not in bed with the Chinese per se, right? So let's be honest. Give Roosevelt Skerritt credit for what, Matt? For what? The MOUs and everything that we know nothing about? Come on. And let's be honest. The callers are right about sports, right? The government is spending all this money on all these other things. They could at least give these players a salary to be professional football players. Just something to think about, right? Look at all these stupid hotels and shit that's going up.
Again, it may not be your priority. It's their priority, right? Find out what the government of St. Vincent is getting under the relationship with Taiwan, huh? And not China. It's all about priorities, my brother. What you may have negotiated with this, with China or Taiwan, huh? It's all part of the international game. And that international dollar, they call it dollar diplomacy. Everybody's doing it. On the telephone, 946, yes?
Matt,
Yes.
I'm trying to tell you something, and you want to, like, you defending the government.
I'm not defending any government, brother. I'm just telling you, we're talking about dollar diplomacy. You have to agree, you go, you negotiate, and you get the results. I'm not, it's that simple. It's that simple. I'm not making noise with you, and I'm telling you, you go, you negotiate, and you get results. That's what it is.
Matt, I have been talking to international people. I travel how many places already?
I have traveled internationally myself. I have traveled with many governments for many years, and I tell you what is going on there in international circles, international diplomacy. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I did not go and negotiate for no stadium. The stadium was given.
It was an MOU. You understand that? It was a memorandum of understanding. That's what went on. They got a deal moving forward. You understand now?
So
there was a memorandum of understanding. There are projects given in that agreement. Whether you saw it or not, there was a memorandum of understanding. They exchanged. What is Dominica government giving them? That is not my business for now, or it's our business. But what is in the MOU? That's what you have to be concerned about.
What government of Dominica giving them is not our business.
No. I'm just saying. Hold on. I said that is what we should be worried about.
But Mark, okay, we got a stadium.
Yeah, we got the Dominica Grammar School. We got the Dominica Grammar School.
Huh?
We got the Dominica Grammar School as well.
But we have more to get. We have more to get.
I'm sure we have more to get because we're negotiating the Chinese, and we've gotten a lot more. We got the road from Roseau to Portsmouth. We got a lot of things. So I'm saying there's more to get, and we have to understand what is in the MOU. We need to get a lot more understanding of what's happening in the MOU. What's that?
I was born and I came and meet the road from Roseau to Portsmouth there.
Did you meet the resurfacing there?
Huh?
Did you meet a lot of the roads, the bridges there?
Matt, I meet all the bridges and things from Roseau to Portsmouth. Don't tell me because the Chinese come and renovate our road.
They renovate the road, my brother. That's anyway. I know. I will not continue that argument with you because we're going nowhere. Hello, talk to me, yes. But give credit to where it belongs. Hello, talk to me, yes.
Good morning, Mark.
To you, sir. How are you doing?
Mark, I want to tell you something.
Tell me something.
Please bear with me. I think, based on my knowledge, FIFA have a part to play with this problem.
Mm-hmm.
Mark,
why is that?
Let me tell you briefly. I do not know sports, but my son, Troy Caesar, you Google him now.
Mm-hmm.
He's the captain for the BVI Football Association team. Right now, he's in Guatemala. Defeat them, but they played well. And right now, he's in Santo Domingo. Now, I know without a doubt, anytime a game is going to play, it's the government's duty to ensure that the field, everything is in place, the toilets, everything is in place. So the government is running behind a lot. But FIFA have to send people, I don't know who represented them, but they have to send people to examine the place, to take a look at the place to see if it is approved. So if it's not good, FIFA had no right to approve it. That's my knowledge, man. And I ensure that I ask questions before I even call you if I knew that's what happened. So FIFA, whoever represents
you think the FIFA representative there went to every room in the stadium or went to every toilet in the stadium?
Excuse me?
I'm asking you the question. Do you think that they went to every room in the stadium or every toilet in the stadium?
Mark, I do not know, but I'm telling you based on my knowledge.
They came and they inspect with the inspectors the playing field, the playing area. That's what they do as FIFA.
Well, in conclusion, the toilet part and everything else in the locker room,
It is the government right to ensure that we are properly set up.
The management of the stadium, of course, that comes under government. There is management structure under the sports ministry. That I can tell you. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes?
Yes, good morning.
How are you doing?
Let me tell you something. I know what the guy is talking about here. What the guy is talking about, because I was in Antigua the same that happened, and it was mentioned in Antigua on the Baldwin Spencer when the Chinese were offering stadium. Dominica got theirs, Antigua got, St. Vincent got, different countries got.
St. Vincent did not get. St. Vincent is not on the China, my brother. Well, I'm just telling you, we're busy to blame Skerrit or point fingers at Skerrit. Taiwan, St. Vincent's on the Taiwan, so don't mention the name St. Vincent on the Taiwan, okay?
It was given to Dominica. It was given to Skerrit.
But you were making the point anyway. 4493095. To argue going forward wouldn't make any sense. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Yeah. Morning, Matt. Again, it's Megan for short while.
How you doing?
Yeah, Matt. When I watched the game, basically we lost that game just by strictly technicality, fine tuning, and those type of things. As I said before, the president, but the manager, I know him very well, and he himself is raw talent. Raw talent. I mean, cutting the fields. He's been in football, since he was a lad. Cuts the field, is still doing that. Marking the field, is still doing that. He really shouldn't be doing those things at all. Rolling the pitch and all those kind of things shouldn't be. No, the government or the football association should send this man on the training for technicality, fine tuning, management.
Okay.
All right, management for about 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something like that. He himself needs to be fine tuned, right? Because I know him well. We have a good manager there. We've got good raw talent, and we need to enhance that, right? So I am suggesting that Football Association send this man away to go and train on real football technicality for about 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. And of course the rest of the players, I spoke about that already. And that is what I think we need. What I saw last night, raw talent, very good talent, fine tuning and coordination. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. The man is right, just the way he said it. If things had turned out right, Gafford would be praised. Let him take his blows and useless. He's useless. So FIFA has to check for toilet paper. Toilet paper to cover Dominica. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be more responsible and place the blame where it has to be blamed, or has to be placed. 44930959697. Somebody else is sharing a message that they want to share. 4493095. Somebody saying, not you forget Melissa campaign telling the young people of Rosa Hall she will transform the stadium with athletic equipment, and her boys on the block are getting paid, and the stadium, the biggest facility in her constituency, and that's the state of the conditions for an international match. Somebody's asking. Melissa Skerrit, make a round. It's your constituency, the Rosa Stadium. I know the manager of the stadium, I think, was the company manager there for the Rosa constituency. So you should, have some talk there with Mr. Gafford Joseph. Find out what's going on. Because all the blame maybe pointing in the wrong direction. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, I'm here. How are you?
When you get it in getting money from Easter, the computer for them money to the money of the stadium,
What was that?
I don't know if you have that.
Repeat?
The country where you deliver the computer for them money to the money of the stadium.
I'm not hearing one thing you're saying, but what I said to you is that they pay for the use of the stadium. So the manager of the stadium should use some of the funds, if you will, for the upkeep of the stadium. So they are responsible for the stadium. That's what I'm saying. FIFA gives money to the DFA. The DFA pays for the use of the stadium, and that's how it works. It's a cycle. 449-309-596 and 97. Hello, yes. Good morning.
So why should the finals have that kind of condition?
What's that?
Why should the players find themselves and spectators in this kind of condition after the hurricane morning?
Good question. Well, the management of the stadium is the one responsible. So lay the blame where it has to be blamed. So we'll find out what's going on. 10:56. If any heads will roll at this time, huh? When there's a CO in the stadium, it seems like everything is ready to go. Ask the Calypso Association when you have some time if they're not charged a fee for the use of the stadium. On the telephone, good morning to you, yes?
Yes, good morning, Matt.
Good morning to you, yes.
How are you?
I'm okay for now.
Good. Matt, I like the way you were so diplomatic because some of the callers, they can be ego tripping, but you handle them so well. You're a great listener. You are patient, cool, calm, and collected, and you are doing an excellent job. I listen to you every morning, and I'm not in DA. So have a great day.
Have a great day too, yes. Something you feel a little bazudid, huh? Thank you, my caller from Jamaica. Sometimes I say the wrong time, you know. Thank you. I know it's a big fee that the Calypso Association pays. On the telephone, hello, yes?
Matt, good morning.
Good morning to you, yes?
Yeah, Matt, I listened to the conversation, right? And I know you're talking about put blame.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, I was a member of the FA.
All right.
And even if you have an international match, the FA is the host. They are the host.
All right.
The FA, they are supposed to have somebody responsible for the facility. Yes, they pay whatever, but somebody from the FA has to go around to check the FA is okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just leave it and expect. And that's where I think the problem is.
But you think, hold on. You know, they as I was reading, let me read the comment there from a government official, huh? I want to be sure. Let me just go back to that.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me be very, very. I want to make sure that I'm reading the same thing that you are. Hold on. Just hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to get that comment there from the government official, right? Under the Ministry of Sports, right? Gafford is the one responsible for the stadium, period. Under the Ministry of Sports, upkeep and management. What does that mean?
Yes, Matt, listen to me for a minute. You got to listen now. Listen to me for a minute.
I'm listening to you.
He is responsible for upkeep. I am hosting, is not this staff hosting the event, you know.
Yes.
My point is, somebody from the FA should make sure they are responsible.
Let me tell you how it works. You're calling from out of state, right?
Listen to me.
No, hold on. You're calling from out of state, right?
Huh?
You're calling from out of state, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a team that works for the cleaning, upkeep of the toilets, and they have to clean the seats. They have to make sure toilets are working under the management. So there's a team that works for the stadium. Okay, so they have about 10 or 12 workers every time there's a facility. A function going on at the stadium. So there are persons responsible for the upkeep of the stadium.
Yes, Matt.
Yes.
That is. Listen, you're not listening. Listen a while now. Don't listen.
Listen. Go ahead.
You hosting. You apply to the stadium to host an event.
Right.
They have a management in place to make sure, but you have a responsibility to to check and make sure everything is okay. So you check the day before and you realize, well, hey, this is the, you contact them and say, listen, you get it? That's the point I'm making now. So you can't wait when the event starts and then nothing in the time to complain. Somebody should take it. Anyway, aside from that, listen, Matt, let me talk about the football.
Go ahead.
Because I'm a coach too, and I listen to a couple of coaches. My good friend Delvin, Carl, I have a referee, Matt, coaches have a hard task. I don't know if you ever coached, but I coach. Two things coaches have to deal with: undeserved praise and unjustifiable criticism. And let me explain that to you. When you coach a team for a match, or whatever, football, cricket, basketball, whatever, track, the players get on the field, they have a responsibility, right? So a player goes, he does some magic, scores 6, 7 goals, great coach at the end of the game. The same team, next match, they go, they do nonsense, you blame the coach. Now, I don't understand what the coach should have put in. This is in hindsight, Matt. And the coaches that making this kind of statement are different real coaches, because a coach knows the decision, you make the decision based on how you assess things, right? And they should know that you make the decision based on, because you are the coach, Matt.
But again, I was part of the news conference yesterday, and he said, in hindsight, that if he looked over the game, from where he was sitting, he would have made the decision for the subs earlier. So you see, coaches make mistakes as well.
In hindsight.
Yes.
In hindsight. In hindsight now. But at the moment the game is playing, the call is in your head to make whatever call. And that's why I said, Matt, two things you have to deal with is undeserved praise and unjustifiable criticism. Because the guy went and scored. Yeah, it was a good move. Now, what suppose he had gone in and he do nonsense? What else? Why the coach made this up? This is what you have to deal with, Matt. So people can make all kind of comments, but as a coach, I always have learned that when you do program, they tell you two things you have to deal with: undeserved praise, unjustifiable criticism.
So what is your criticism? What is your criticism of yesterday's game if you're a coach?
You see, not as a coach, it's about criticism. Because you see, what happens when you watch a game, you're on the sideline saying, boy, you're supposed to do this and this. But the coach in his mind has to make that. The judgment is his. And whatever decision the coach makes, as I said, if it comes up good, everybody say, yeah, the coach is a great coach. If it goes bad, the coach will know what he's doing. So it's not about criticizing that. People too quick to criticize because you have to understand the call is not everybody call, And let me give you an example, not to pull on this thing. I remember I coached basketball. My name is Marcelo Flee. You know my very well. Willie LeBlanc was the Dominica coach in Dominica one tournament sometime back, years back. And everybody there making the game is on. Man, make this sub, change this thing. He went on and he made the subs. Things went awry. After the game, when people start making noise and talking, they tell him, but we tell you, so he said, but I don't understand you guys making like that. You know what they told him? But you are the coach, you make the decision. So you see now the city kind of billionaire coaches have. As a coach, you do what you got to do. People could stand aside and say all kind of things, but you do what you have to do at the time as a coach. And you might say, well, the coach don't know what he's doing. Fine, it's agreed. But put yourself in the coach's position. What would you have done?
All right, caller, thank you very much. It's 10:04 in the morning. We're having a very interesting conversation. Who's to be blamed, huh? At the end of the day. Again, more fire there. Landing on the doorsteps of Mr. Joseph, who has the responsibilities as the manager of the stadium. When you pay rent to him, and that includes making sure that everything is working properly. Let me just drop that conversation. 449-3095. There's so many things to be said, huh? So many things to be said. I'm just saying at this point that the board, if there's any, should start looking at the responsibilities of the management of the stadium. When the Labour Party is having their activities, everything seems to be working fine at the stadium, right? People even refer to it as the SeaWorld Stadium. $10:05. Hello, yes. Good morning.
Yes, Grand Rising, Dominic. My
Hello.
veteran, I'm so disappointed.
Why
Not
you-
for the game. I heard it was a good game.
Was good.
They played good.
Good game.
When I hear about the facility, the condition of the facility for the referee and the patrons and the media, man, my brother, prior to the game, days before the game, all them things, someone's supposed to check and see that like Kali said, dot the I and cross the T. Someone's supposed to check and say, yes, this and everything is in. You know what I'm saying? You don't just come for the day of the game and say, oh, bathroom. My brother, someone's supposed to days in advance and check these facilities and make sure everything is on par. Like they said, sports is not on this government list as priority. And when the young people is training for sports, you know what that gives them? That gives them confidence. And you don't want a country with young boys, young men with confidence. So they have no sports. People just languishing all over the place. They know why they want to kill sports. Because look at Jamaica. Jamaica is into athletes, the Hussein and them making way for the next generation, for the Olympics. What we have, my brother, this is a failed country, and this government has to go. That's what we have to concentrate on. We all have to concentrate on to bring a better government in here and revamp Dominica. There's too much useful talent in Dominica. And look at that. Government have to go. That's the list. They have to go. We need a better government. Thank you. I'm listening.
Well, you don't have to get angry with yourself, my brother. You have cool down. Don't allow your pressure veins to burst there. All right, hello, talk to me. On the telephone, hello, yes. Are you there?
But I know that much about football.
You don't know much.
Really
Okay.
conversation. My thought is that to say I'm going to use a little illustration.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a wedding somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you have to use the person place.
Uh-huh.
Now you have to pay. But when you pay, it is the person's duty to put what they have to do, put for you. But at the same time, you, that is going to be married, or whoever is in charge of the marriage, have to go to make sure everything is in place. The toilet is all right, this is all right, where they're going to feel the food go and everywhere. Sometimes you need somebody to go and deal with that. So then when you come now, you'll get what you have to get. But if you just pay and the person be said, the person leave, that is what happened in the thing. But I believe to myself, I raised with a father, but I believe to myself, he should take a responsibility in which he should make sure everything is all right, because the person in government, he said, he. So if you are managing somewhere, you ought to see where it is. Get some people to help you to put things in place. That's what I can say. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Now, a father is expressing at this time. Mother was at the game with my 8-year-old daughter, and most of the washrooms were closed. I had to take her to the bathroom at the forecourt, and it was very untidy. Not a good standard for image. See? And that's not a politician. That's an ordinary father there, huh? Manta, were you not hearing the caller before? Because he was always on the radio while he was calling. Tell him turn off his radio when calling. I've said that many, many times. When you're going to rent a building, whose responsibility it is to ensure plumbing and electrical fixtures are working well? The potential tenant or the landlord? Who's responsible is it to do repairs if something is not functioning well? As the owner of the place. So if you're going to rent a building, you have to ensure that everything, very simple, is working before you move in.
He made a statement about the stadium. And he said it's not a cricket stadium, it's not a football stadium. He said it's an event stadium. Again, he said it is an event stadium. So football and cricket and no sports have any business in the stadium.
Well, I did not hear him say that. So if you can get the statement that way he said that, please, I'll really welcome it. You're saying that he said it's not a cricket or football stadium. I did not hear that. He might have said it, but again, and in facts, huh? A lot of people are now getting the point. Stadium management is responsible. My brother, stadium facilities should be managed and maintained like a five-star hotel. They must always be ready. I have a guest later. He's into standards, so you might understand a little about what is going on there. In the next few minutes. So all the time with all the activities in the stadium, they could not repair and clean the stadium. What I will say, based on the conditions I've seen, I think all the toilets there should be replaced. These Chinese facilities or the Chinese toilets, they're not durable. You need high maintenance. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes, I know.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
How are you doing, my brother? How are you doing?
I'm good. Mark, I'm listening to your program, Mark, and the people basing and hitting the government and the prime minister for the facility, the bathroom in the stadium. Mark, we have football. Football is under FIFA.
Okay.
You have somebody managing the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe, Mark, in your opinion, the condition of the bathroom have anything to do with food security and the government?
I said that, and I said it many times. It has to do with the management of the stadium, but the job was given by, and of course, his mandate was given to him by the sports minister, right? So he's the one responsible directly for the stadium. That's what I've said.
No, but what I'm saying, your colleagues on Roosevelt carried back and the government back. You as the host, like the last time when they had the issue when they were going to play the football, you were right on cue. But when the callers trying to hit the government and saying scary, I have to go, the government has to go because of the facility in the stadium. To me, everything.
But I've said I never mentioned government. People will say what they want. I'm saying to you now, sir, that his job was given to him by the Minister of Sports and the management of the government management. So they should point to him, sir. They should point to him that Gafford, things are not going right in the stadium. That is their responsibility to say to him that things are not working right in the stadium. We gave you that mandate, so please ensure that things are working right in the stadium. Would you agree with me?
But
it's as a government responsibility to speak to the people that work with them. Would you agree?
Okay, I agree with you. But who tell you they don't point it out to him? How we could judge that? They never tell him that.
Well, if you know that they have told him that, tell me that now. If you know that they have told him that, tell me that now. Call me back, caller. Call me back. Call me back. You're quick to defend, but I want to ask you a simple question. You can't answer, my friend there from the USVI. Stick around. Maybe you'll get the answer. Call somebody that you know and ask them if they told Mr. Gafford. I know he's the manager of the stadium. He was also the campaign manager for the Power Rep in Roseau. All that I know for a fact, but I can't tell you if they gave him any other responsibilities. But it's job for the boys. What do we expect? Hello, talk to me. Yes? Talk to me.
Yes, morning, Matt.
How are you, sir?
Okay. Matt, I'm listening to the conversation since last week.
Okay.
And persons are trying to blame the government and blame the sports coordinator and blame this tourism. Matt, the whole issue is at the Football Association. There's a lack of leadership and management capacity at the Football Association. Okay? When you get an invitation to go to a game, they normally tell you all what are the requirements. If you need visa, they will give you a special letter to apply the visa. You have to find out.
And I was told, and of course we mentioned that earlier, that the footballers who came back from, I think it was Guatemala, actually had a meeting, and the football association, the Dominica Football Association, actually apologized to the players for what happened. So they took some responsibility.
Oh yeah, but yesterday now I heard some persons talking about there was no toilet paper or this and that, etc., etc.
Yes.
Matt, we know the game is going to be held at the stadium. Usually, the Football Association has to appoint what is known as a general coordinator. The organizers, CONCACAF or FIFA, would appoint a match commissioner and a referee assessor. The general coordinator is responsible for all the organization of the game. Usually it's the president who takes on that responsibility. Okay? When I was at the Football Association...
But I don't think that they had any problem in terms of the logistics on the playing field itself. But I'm saying what was the problem is the general facilities. There are no keys to the press room. There were no toilet paper in facility. The air condition was not working. So what are you saying? That the Football Association should take responsibility for that? Yes.
I'll come to that. The general coordinator has to ensure that all those things are in place. So you appoint that person 1 month before the game. And that person has to work between the stadium and the Football Association. And as I said, the president usually takes on that responsibility. So the president has to ensure that the facility has everything working before the game.
So what is the Dominica Football Association paying the stadium for?
What are they paying the stadium for?
The management of the stadium. What are they paying them for?
No, you rent the stadium, but
so the management of the stadium don't have to ensure that everything is working right at the stadium?
No, but that's how it's done all over the world. That's why they appoint a general coordinator, as I told you. Okay, you have a general coordinator, and general coordinator has to ensure, look, this is not working. Mr. Manager of Stadium, we want that repaired. We want the showers repaired. We want the toilets, etc. We want them repaired. The air conditioner is not working. We want them repaired. So you do that a whole month in advance. The people responsible, because I know at the stadium, they usually give private people the contract to clean this.
But there's a team in place. I know because I've been working with some people within the stadium circles who normally take care of the stadium, and they are paid for doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to ensure that those persons have toilet paper, etc., etc. Because when we organize events, the stadium, we get a stadium. I have to ensure that I purchase toilet paper and this clean and hand wash and everything, and I give it to the people who are responsible for cleaning. Is what arrangement?
You as the football association?
No, the athletics association.
Oh, the
When we have our events there.
All right.
Because you have private people doing the cleaning and everything.
Well, again, it may be different from the football association. Well, I'll ask just to inquire whether they had a sports coordinator there from the football association. I'll try my very best to get to somebody on the executive to find out just what is going on. Hello, talk to me, yes, because you're saying something based on your time at the Olympics committee. Hello, yes.
Yes, man. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning to you.
And how are
yes.
you?
All right. How you doing?
I'm there holding on back. But I'm there listening to the conversation, man.
Yes.
And I'm saying that you must put the blame where the blame needs to be, The blame lies with the manager of the stadium. He is the one to ensure that the stadium is well equipped because they pay for the use of the stadium, right? So if he's not doing his job, he should be fired. That is where the blame should be.
Well, thank you very much. On the telephone, again, I'll try to find out from the Football Association whether they are the coordinator on that team there. Hello, yes?
But it shouldn't be a blame game, but I'll tell you what,
Tell me.
Mr. White or the guy who was speaking on athletics is right. Even if the stadium have the responsibility, you must have somebody on your side. I mean, it's not blame. When he's my friend, they're my friend.
True.
But you must have somebody to check to make sure the logistics are in place. I just came from the Cayman Islands. The Lions Club of Cayman handed the facility to the local organizing committee of Special Olympics in Cayman. And then the Lions Club put everything there. But the Cayman Island local organizing committee had a logistical officer who had to liaise with the management team of the thing to make sure everything is in place. And if it's not in place, they have a meeting to discuss and to put it in place. It's not a matter of a blame game. You cannot take it for granted that the stadium will check every room and everything. So you have to have a walkthrough. In any event, you must have a walkthrough to make sure everything is in place. So it's not a matter of blame game. I mean, it happened already. First of all, where I was sitting in the middle stand, the whole seat there, the whole front of the seat there had pigeon waste and all these things.
You mean pigeon poo on the seats, yes?
So you have to do a check. So it's not just one person. The football, I mean, it was tight.
So you're basically saying the DFA also has to ensure that the site is ready. That's what you're saying, yes?
That is right. So the both parties have to do it. But we cannot go and put our dirty linen in public. Some blunders went on, blendon. So we have to look at that and have our checklist and have our post-mortem. So after every event, you have a post-mortem and you articulate all the... I mean, I've been in sports for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
And, I go to the international circuit and I make the observation and I see what is happening. But here in Dominica, if you call somebody and you tell them, well, look, I noticed that, we know what we have to do. That's not your business. But as a patriotic country, you know what I mean? I try to do some damage control by using I gave me my bag with all my napkins to cover some of the things and wipes and some of the things. But so there was a lot of blunders. Certain things didn't happen the way it should happen. So I hope in the future that's organized.
And it's worked out in the future. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Good morning. Yes.
Yeah, my brother. You see, man. I listened to a caller earlier. You asking him a question, but he will never give you an answer. But he don't want people to say certain things, but he would never answer the question that you're asking him there. This is what me. My brother, I wasn't born a freedom right. I wasn't born a labor right. I wasn't born a United Worker. I was born a white Kubilian. So I support any government that's doing good for the country. And if they're doing bad, I want to take them out. I guarantee you, Miss Charles, Patrick John, Edison James, Thompson Fountain, Lennox Linton, Mr. Ito, none of them would have Dominica in that kind of condition, especially an international game like that with the condition of the stadium. None of them would have done that. So them man have to speak as they see it. This man have to go because, for instance, I'm not saying Roosevelt Skerrit have to fix the bathroom, but he's at the hand that putting certain people in positions. So you got to put the right people in position to change things in Dominica. Dominica, brother, that's what we're saying. Look at Dominica for 20-something years in power, and look at Dominica condition. Dominica's wicked, my brother. Our young men have ability to perform overseas. Give them the facility. You got all that money. Papa bon Dieu. My brother, look at United States. If the coach is performing bad, they take out the coach. They don't get rid of the players. Players are trade. They get rid of the coach. So we have a bad coach in Dominica as far as the government. We got to get the new people in government to run Dominica. We have too much potential in Dominica. We have to fix things, my brother.
All right, caller, thank you very much. Every sector, every function must have a pre-function walk through the facility and also a post-function debrief. So that always happens. I'm hoping that after this game and everything that's been expressed at this time, that they have to go back to the drawing board and see what went wrong. That's basically simple. Hello, talk to me, 1026. Talk to me.
Good morning, Matt.
My brother, how you doing?
I am good. Matt, the box up to the president, and this is 2 blemishes on the president in less than a week, and he needs to go. Matt, if you rent a house from me, you don't just wait on the day, you pay me your money, and you just come to move in. Before you move in, you go and walk around, check to make sure the house is habitable. Likewise, the Football Association paid some money to somebody. There's a stadium manager. The Football Association should have been liaising with that person to ensure that everything is in order for the day. They have failed, and the buck stops with the president, and I think 2 blemishes in a week. He has overstayed his welcome. He's taking the Football Association down and down. He needs to go.
All right. See, there's some campaign going on there, boy. 449-3095-9697. Hello, talk to me on the telephone now.
Matt, I call again. Sorry for that, but I have to call again. Matt, I know I just asked you a lot of questions. Something go wrong. Somebody compromise Matt. Matt is a lot of football games I am going to watch, Matt, because my son is involved in that. Matt, I am asking you, is the president of the Association of Dominica Football Association a labor right, Matt?
I don't know. I don't know anybody's. See what kind of questions people ask me. I don't know if he's a labor right or workers or freedom right. I don't know that. I don't know the guy's personal. Hello, talk to me in business. Yes.
I'm only asking.
Ask the question. Yes.
Matt, Matt, I know, but I'm only asking because something went wrong. Because before a game took place, the people have to go and check all these things. And if it's not in place, Matt, they disapproved it and there's no game. I know a country, I don't know the country that said 2 years without playing. After the hurricane, things were bad, things mash up, and they could not fix it as yet. And they did not play there for 2 years until they get these things in place. So something went wrong. Somebody compromised to allow this game to play for Dominica and them to be in that mess this morning.
All right, caller, thank you. Square pegs in wrong holes over and over again. As a country, we have been embarrassed on the international podium too many times. Our country needs a reboot. People in power positions or management of our affairs are not functioning well. That's basically what's going on there. Let me see. It saddens me a great deal, bro, but I'm not the one to give up. I will continue my pursuit of a better society and more informed populace in Dominica, where there is fear and just politics, less dependence and more independence. A society that will be able to separate facts from propaganda, hence the ability to make informed decisions. Let's continue. If one limits themselves and their capabilities, then whatever is it that they embark on, futility will be the end result. So realistically speaking, there is no need to try. The picture that you have painted to me is not a rosy one. It's very bleak. One cannot force change upon themselves. They have to want it for themselves. 449-3095-9697. Talk to me. Hello, talk to me. Yeah.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you.
Matt, everything in Dominica is broken. Everything is broken. And people don't want to talk about the things that are broken. If it means putting the dirty linen out in public, you have to put it so that things can fix. People get money to do things, to work and whatever it is. You never see the money, you don't see the work that is being done. I mean, you get money for the stadium to clean up to do your work at the stadium. The work is not done. What happened to the money? Things are broken, so the dirty linen has to go in public so things can get better. Thank you.
Thank you again. As I said, square pegs in the wrong holes. 449-3095-96 and 97. Hello, talk to me, yeah?
An advice to you, my boy Lollipop.
How you doing, darling?
Do not make people put words in your mouth. Speak if what you have to do, man. I wish you all the best. Keep up the good work, my brother. Right? Don't make nobody come and ask you question or put words in your mouth. Speak if what you speak in. Okay, Dudoy?
All right, darling.
Right.
Thank you, my good lollipop. 10:31. Hello, are you there?
I am here, Matt. Morning, Matt.
How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
Boy. I just finished mash up a sauce there. Everything is good, but all you want me to bring up the sauce, man. What happening down there, Matt?
I'm sure you're observing what's going on. I'm sure you're observing what's going on.
What is the bacchanal about the stadium, Matt?
The bacchanal is
busy doing other parties and things.
He busy.
Live up to the responsibility.
What did you say?
You see the problem you have?
He's busy.
People need to hold their responsibility. Everything coming back to a prime minister, they're embarrassing him, and they get too comfortable as supporters trying to protect and serve, and they're not serving the public in which the public funds are paying for them to do their duties. Mismanagement, bad management. Perhaps have to start to pull up fellas, because these things have a trickling and an embarrassing effect, and then his name calling at the end and making him look bad on everything, Matt.
True.
Now, Matt, let's get down to a little football business. Matt, remember, I'm going to take it back a little bit in the first interview they had in Barbados. You remember when the team was going to Guatemala, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
And then through the hurdles they had, they asked the coach, how do the guys feel? I don't know, what is the psychological status of the guys going through all of that? The coach said he's not a psychologist. He cannot be able to tell you whatever is going through the guy's mind or whatever. Matt, from the time I heard that, I say we're in problem. And I'm going to connect that with what currently happened and what the success was based on in Dominica game. Matt, your psychological status and your mental well-being is everything, no matter who you are, in what field you are, Matt. One must understand that. And anytime, given the environment in Dominica, a third world country, where we don't have the availability of resources to execute to perfection, where we have to work within limitations, it stresses one's mind to be able to manipulate and accommodate, especially when you're going up against people who have all them other things we have in place that are grievances to us. They have it at the better advantage outside there. So we have a double battle. We're coming up against people who are comfortable in what they do, well-trained, mind sound, good environment, and we're coming from a third world country with none of that, and we're coming on the same platform to compete for the common cause, man. Well, that is a problem the association needs to pay attention to. They need a psychologist. They need to know the psychological well-being of the players first and foremost, their immediate environment, their family status, their work, what they're going through. You cannot train a poison, disgruntled, uncomfortable, unstable mind to execute nothing, man. Now, Matt, correlating that with camaraderie in terms of team spirit, it's another critical component that everybody is in psychological sync. As a team, it's a team, Matt. It's not a one-man game. It's a team. They have to take picnics. They have to do family gatherings. These guys their DNA have to come together and build camaraderie and understanding each other, being able to premeditate based on what you understand of that person on the field, to be able to foresee plays and move according to the chemistry within each other is very critical in sportsmanship, Matt. You understand what I'm saying? No, Matt, I am saying this, and I tried to call you last week on that, but I did not get through. Now, a perfect testimony to my theory is look at the success based on their own utterances from the coach and from the captain. They did not really from their success based on a skill set, man. You realize what they told you really gave them the boost, Matt? It was the support of the Dominican public, man.
And they actually said there that they met with the board who said that this will not happen again. You know, the meaning going to Guatemala and all the hiccups they had before that. So they were reassured that things will be put in place.
No, Matt, I want to stop you there. That is a process. That the board cannot even say that like that. The board out of place to come and say that like that. That is a process and a system that has to be put in place because it's a process to get a team in a psychological well-being to be able to execute. You understand? Now, Matt, I am saying that let's go back. You try to put me off a little, but back to the Dominican public and the support they gave, the psychological impact it had on the players, building their confidence, building their purpose for country is what gave them the one. I didn't say that. We saw it. The coach said that, and the captain said that. So, Matt, you see how the theory can correlate, and it is justified, Matt, in the realm of success. Now, Matt, the sad reality is when these guys go out international grounds, they don't and will never have that kind of home support. So that is where psychology comes in terms of tuning your mind to simulate like there is that energy outside there that is actually absent. But in reality, it's there within their camaraderie because they're not going to get that physical support to put them in that state of mind again to give them confidence to try to get a win or have a good game like they had in Dominica, man. You understand? So you see the importance of a well-rounded team. It's not just about captain, it's not just about coach, it's not just about physical therapists. Your psychological, the person who has to connect to the guy psychologically, your social worker with these guys is the most critical person. Everybody else comes after. You understand? Look at international level. Look at Simone Biles. You remember when Simone Biles pumped out from a championship because of her psychological status? She decided she's not going in because she's not sound. And then she was able to stabilize herself, marry a basketball player, and she's in a better place. And she back on the team with success already, Matt. Perfect testimony. Do not play with the psyche of people, especially when the indicators of the home environment can actually tell somebody the indicators will say that the mental status of people in that environment is not of the best based on our moment in time, based on our economy, based on our social life, based on our grievances. We have to try to take them out of that energy so that they can be fed and they can digest the purpose in the football, what they come to do, train properly, take in the training, execute their training, be in sync, and get the success and the goals. They don't always have to win, but they have to have a game where a conversation can be held based on how they executed the game on a positive level, man. One must win, one must lose. But it's all about how you deliver at the time. You can still be given praise even under a loss.
Yes, and they were given a lot of praise yesterday after the loss, huh? But again, congratulations, guys. Somebody said, Matt, Mr. Irish said we should not wash our dirty laundry in public. That is the philosophy of the ruling party, to hide the nastiness and mediocrity going on. Tell him next time, bring more wipes so he can clean all the pigeon droppings on all the seats, not just on the one he was sitting on, huh? Dominica, we're going to take a break. We're going to bring you some Caribbean news, and then we have a guest in studios that will talk some Caribbean news at this time. We'll continue that conversation sometime later. Thank you very much. News from the Caribbean.
From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Kendall Morgan.
And I'm Dennis Chabot with the latest from across the Caribbean.
6 men have been found guilty in the United States federal court for the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse. The publication Haiti Libre says the restitution order issued by federal judge Jose Martinez of Miami requires the convicts to pay $6.2 million to President Moïse's widow and his eldest son. Of this sum, Martin Moïse, who currently lives in South Florida, is to receive $5.3 million, while Jovenel Moïse will receive just over $860,000. Those convicted include a Haitian-Chilean businessman, a former Haitian senator, a Haitian American who is a former informant for the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, and 2 former Colombian soldiers.
Trinidad and Tobago's Youth Development and National Service Minister Foster Cummings is planning to sue the state over the apparent leaking of a police special branch report on him to an opposition senator. His lawyer, Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj, told reporters the minister had refuted the contents of the report compiled from police investigations into alleged unscrupulous business dealings, and he has made repeated appeals to the police commissioner to have the records corrected. Maharaj says the case against the state stems from the leaking of the report to opposition Senator Jayanti Lachmadiyal Ramdayal, who then read it out in a political platform.
The evil in this case is not the gathering of the information. The evil in this case is the publishing the private and confidential information. The publication of the contents of this secret special branch note to the opposition senator scandalized the minister, caused him reputational damage, caused him and his family distress and embarrassment, and this also caused distress and embarrassment to his constituents.
Guyana is tightening up the use of its foreign exchange market by businesses from Trinidad and Tobago and Suriname. There was a prolonged shortage of US dollars in those 2 sister CARICOM member states, causing businesses to go to Guyana to buy foreign currency and pay for imports to the 2 countries. After businesses complained bitterly about being on waiting lists at commercial banks for foreign currency, the Bank of Guyana recently intervened in the market by making $80 million available. Top financial sector officials, however, say that businesses will have to provide documents such as invoices to the tax and the customs agency to prove that payments are for exports to Guyana.
The Antigua-based regional airline Liat 2020 has received its long-awaited air operator's certificate, giving it the green light to begin passenger flights. Liat 2020 was established to replace Liat 1974 Limited, which ceased operations in January this year after half a century of serving mainly the Eastern and Southern Caribbean. But flights of the new airline will not begin immediately as it faces yet another delay. Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown says this time it's over a matter with the Caribbean Development Bank.
I'm pleased to announce that Liat 2020 has received its air operating certificate. You wouldn't believe what the hold up is now. You know, the government of Antigua and Barbuda would have placed $12.1 million in escrow to purchase the 3 aircraft. And what is holding us up right now is that the Caribbean Development Bank has been vetting the sales agreement for over 2 weeks now. I'm told over a month. I hope it doesn't go beyond next week. I'm hoping by early next week we'll get it, because I don't understand why a sales agreement has to take so long to go to drag on for another week, because I don't know that a sales agreement is so complex that the legal department in the Caribbean Development Bank has to take so long to resolve that.
Elsewhere in the Caribbean, 10 Haitian children have arrived in Italy to live with their Italian adopted parents. The children had been waiting for months to be able to join their Italian families, with whom they contacted only via video call.
Haiti's Prime Minister Gary Conille was hospitalized over the weekend with a respiratory problem. The 58-year-old Conille was sworn into office last Monday after his election by Haiti's governing Presidential Transitional Council.
Convicted former Premier of the British Virgin Islands Andrew Foy has requested a delay in his June 25 sentencing date, citing a scheduling conflict. Foy was convicted in a U.S. court in February on multiple charges, including conspiracy to import cocaine and money laundering.
And before we go, we join the regional celebration of the West Indies commanding victory in their second Cricket World Cup match against Uganda over the weekend. The Windies play their next match against New Zealand Wednesday at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Well, this has been the morning edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp at +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.
Ride the storms.
Ride the storms. Q95.
Sunrise, hurry. Sunrise, hurry. Exciting news from Sunrise Airways. Starting May 25th, we're expanding to the Eastern Caribbean with new service to St. Kitts, Antigua, Dominica, and St. Lucia. Enjoy round-trip fares starting as low as $199 US. Book now at sunriseairways.net or through your travel advisor. Experience the best in travel with Sunrise Airways. We fly to connect people. Book today.
All right, Dominica, we have a few more minutes. There's a lot more to talk about, I'm sure. But we have a guest with us for a few minutes. He's visiting from the USVI. He's a big chef. I call him the big chef. Good morning to you, sir. Tell the people your name.
Much good morning.
Morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. My name is Romeo Zil, but everyone call me Chef Romeo.
Chef Romeo.
Because of the first name Romeo, it's hard to pronounce, so they just cut it in short and so said Romeo, so they call me Chef Romeo.
You've been in Dominica for a few days now.
Yes, I've been here since the 13th, I think, just before the revival.
Okay, so you were
Church
there.
revival,
So
yes.
you were there for the revival.
I was there for the 2 nights. Yes.
Okay.
So I came actually just for the revival and for the summit.
Okay.
So that's where
So
I came.
how was the summit for you?
The summit was great. It was very informative,
Uh-huh.
interesting. It was wonderful to coordinate, a lot of the ideas that we have together to think that's going to help to make Dominica move forward. So it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Except the fact that I found that some people came in late, so that had the coordinator kind of cut short a little bit on his time.
Okay.
So quite a few people didn't get to finish the presentation as
okay.
much.
Mhm.
But our lady even suggested I should be for more days, which I agree.
Okay.
I wish it was about for a week.
A whole week?
Yeah, but it was great. It was very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of suggestions came up. And I'm just hoping that all the ideas and suggestions is just going to go through the back door as usual, just words and nothing happened.
I know. It's like you don't want it to be another talk shop.
Yeah, I'm hoping a lot of the ideas could materialize, and be able to be a catalyst to move Dominica forward.
I know.
I'm really hoping that can happen.
How do you think you can play a role there in making things happen in Dominica? I know you've always been speaking about, investing in Dominica yourself.
Yeah, well, apart from investment, my whole thing has been always about agriculture.
Agriculture.
Because of course, I grew up as a farmer, as a young boy.
Mhm.
So I used to do before I go to the Virgin Islands. So I have a deep concern about agriculture. And what bothers me is that when I come to Dominica and I see how much people have it so tough trying to sell their product.
Mhm.
I mean, come on, at 10 o'clock at night, you see a guy walking around with 2 bowls of lettuce in his hand trying to sell some lettuce. It bothers you,
Mhm.
And where you live in countries, you travel, and where you live, you could see these things have been sold. The person just have to bring it to a seller and they just pick it up and they sell it.
So you're saying there are opportunities there?
Well, of course, opportunities. I mean, we have things that are just wasting, and there are people who make use of these things in other countries making money from it.
Mhm.
Then you have a guy walking around with trying to sell somebody this at 10 o'clock at night. It's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That's too much suffering. When you got a piece of land and you have to plant those stuff and you have to weed it, especially these are very short-term crops that you cannot put chemicals and things. You have to actually go down on your knees and weed it. And after you have a crop, you have to 10 o'clock at night trying to sell it. It hurts. It
But,
makes you very emotional.
But you live in the USVI? Do you think there are markets out there?
There's lots of markets. The market is right there. We just have to provide for the market. The market is right around us. Especially like now, we have such a good chance in really putting our products out there and not getting a piece of the pie for so long. Now is the chance we should get a piece of the pie. Because why? You have products getting more expensive because of climate change. You have farm workers in the States, they're making $6 and $7 anymore. I mean, they're making all like $10, $15 an hour.
Mhm.
So all that's going to go on the cost of the product, right? Then you have the pirates at sea trying to stop the ships from coming in. Then you have when the ships get over to the channel in, how you call that, across
Panama?
in Panama.
Mhm.
Because of the water level, they have to stay there for months before they could move. And when some of the products get to the merchants, it's perished. But who you think is going to pay for the portion that's spoiled? We're going to pay for it. So what I'm saying that we now can supply the market comes from the farm today and in the kitchen tomorrow.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Look at all these hotels that you have in the Caribbean. And they're still ordering the stuff from the States. We right next door. We can reap today in the kitchens tomorrow. You know, so we have a very, very good chance. You know, years ago it used to be that, well, Dominica sent too expensive because stuff coming from Costa Rica and it's cheaper. But it's not like this anymore because there are so much problems in getting the product in right now. Whereas we right in the middle of the Caribbean and we are much closer.
So we have excellent opportunities.
We have excess opportunity. But again, boil down to one thing. We must have, which is what I made the suggestion of, the food processing plant. You know, I mean, there's a lot of ideas that that's going to help Dominica move forward if we implement them. But agriculture is going to take priority to push Dominica forward. Unless you don't get into agriculture, we ain't going to move no place.
So it should be on the front burner, yes?
Should be on the front burner, you know, and get a holistic food processing plant, you know, which I suggested, you know, that is what's going to make Dominica move. And we all know that's what we need.
You're a service guy, and for the past few minutes, you've been sitting here with me and listening to the comments there as it relates to the Windsor Park Stadium. You were there during the Revival Summit. What's your take on what's going on there?
I had a bad experience of that.
You had a bad experience?
Yes.
Even
Yes.
during the Revival?
Yes. And what is embarrassing is that you had people from other close by islands come into the Revival. And for them to witness what I saw is ridiculous. The Friday night.
So are we washing our dirty linens in the public? It's already out there, right?
It's already out there. It's overseas, as a matter of fact. Because you're going to tell me use the stadium on the Friday night and nobody cleaned on Saturday morning. And people could not use it on Saturday. Even some of the ushers were there. When people want to go to the toilet, say, you go to the toilet? I said, I don't think you can use that. That smells bad. Nobody can go in there. And I went in there. I had to hold my nose.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. How could you use the place Friday night? They were clean for Saturday night. You know, the thing is this, what is happening here is that people's concerns are not being given any attention. It's like nobody listens.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? So look at everybody blaming Scarrett, but if Scarrett put people in place to do the job at the stadium, he don't supposed to go and check to be sure whether it's clean or not. But then the people who are supposed to do it, it's like even though you complain, nothing going to happen anyway. So nobody cares. You know what I'm saying?
They have a laid back attitude. They don't really care.
They don't care. They don't care because they don't look, you know, I guess it only matters to maybe, as long as I hate to see that, but the way song is like, it's labor rights and it's okay because the labor rights are going to make no big deal about it. It's only the opposition people or supporters that stuck. So don't worry about it. It will be okay. That's the way I say it. Because what I'm saying is this, the people who has the job and the responsibilities, they just don't do it. They don't care. I mean, right next to you, right here, so right across the street. There's a whole bunch of old galvanized, dirt. You could see trees growing there because it has been there for so long, and old tarpaulin and branches in there. I mean, what happened to the town council? You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. And we're talking about tourism. Have all this garbage right on the sidewalk. Come on, it's ridiculous. And when you talk, they tell you about parties and this and that. Come on. No, I mean, I'm so happy when I come to Dominica because I love to visit my country. I love the people, you know, but it's sad every time I come here. I mean, I'm so dissatisfied because
You think we can do much better?
of course we can do much better. Simple thing. Simple thing to move up. It wouldn't take a half an hour to move some old sheets of galvanized and rotten wood and dirt and an old tarpaulin by the street. How long is it going to take to do that? So why should I be happy and don't talk about these things? This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
A child run across there and get herself caught in the old galvanized, or a tourist fall there. You know, come on, man, that's not fair. We can do better.
When next do you come back to Dominica? I know every time you come here, you visit us. When next you'll be back?
Back pretty soon.
Pretty soon, I like that.
And what I'm suggesting to people is let us try to work very hard in trying to work on our food processing plant. Let's try to move agriculture. And what we have to do, the suggestion I made to them is not a government business, because that is the problem we have again, that we always depend on government to do everything. I think that something like the food processing plant should belong to the people of Dominica, just like St. Kitts. Almost all the banks, 95% of the banks belongs to St. Kitts. The biggest hardware in St. Kitts belongs to the people. You know, the banks belongs to the people.
It doesn't always have to be the government.
No. The most beautiful hardware and well-stacked hardware in St. Kitts belongs to the people. Almost all the banks in St. Kitts belongs to the people.
So the private sector have to get more involved then.
But of course. So my suggestion is that this food processing plant should belong to the people. Let us come together. If you have a piece of land sitting doing nothing, goes to the bank. Let the bank take it up, give you some money, invest it into the food processing plant, get shares. Let us try to form a corporation together, you know, and put it together, and let's get moving. Because just sitting down and doing nothing is not going to.
So you would want to be a shareholder in that kind of business?
Of course, I'd love to be a shareholder. Are you kidding? Of course. As a matter of fact, I suggested an inclusion of a culinary school in there.
Oh, a culinary school. That's your skill right there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Chef Romeo, we're running out of time, but it was always a pleasure talking to you.
Always a pleasure talking to you, my brother.
Next time you come to Dominica, come see me again.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Try to come see me in St. Thomas too.
I will spend some time. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me.
All right, no problem. 449309596. That was Chef Romeo Dominica. He wants a processing plant right here in Dominica. Let's work on that, huh?
Ride the storms. Ride the storms. Q95.
Sunrise, Exciting news from Sunrise Airways. Starting May 25th, we're expanding to the Eastern Caribbean with new service to St. Kitts, Antigua, Dominica, and St. Lucia. Enjoy round-trip fares starting as low as $199 US. Book now at sunriseairways.net or through your travel advisor. Experience the best in travel with Sunrise Airways. We fly to connect people. Book today.
Cause I'm on.